Salon people and then party them. Sierra Leone Media will be bringing you a variety of programs ranging from documentaries to discussions, interviews, news, views, sports and entertainment. Our programs will contain matters on development, governance, the economy and issues that are of importance to Sierra Leone. So, no left BNO because we get Beberebe program then like salon discussion, meets the ministers, the president's hour and the Gladi program, look me, I look you. All this they start soon na www.sierragemedia.org. Now who's tem these?
The total population of Sierra Leone in 2019 was stated approximately at 7.8 million. And the most common cancer reported in 2018 was breast cancer, with an incidence rate of 25.1% and a mortality rate of 19.2%. Ward 2 at the Connaught Hospital, Freetown, is a female surgical ward that cares for patients requiring breast surgery, chemotherapy, and palliative care. General surgery also admits to the ward as see fit. The ward is in need of a significant refurbishment and has a major impact on patient assessment and delivery of treatment, dignity, comfort, and infection control measures. The current ward area presents a significant challenge to infection control. There is no fit for purpose or adequate personal hygiene facilities. The showers and sanitary areas are in poor condition and are difficult to clean. The flooring is deteriorated. Overall decor and fabric of the walls need repair and full decoration. Furniture, cupboards, and shelving require replacement. The sluice, known to be the dirty utility room, is in poor condition and needs replacing. Windows need to be replaced as current windows bring in draughts, dust, debris, mosquitoes, and rodents. There is no designated area to provide a day service for patients receiving chemotherapy. Medical supplies is desperately needed. Therefore, we need a total amount of £15,000, which is equivalent to 195 million leones for this project. This project will focus on women diagnosed with breast cancer and other non-malignant breast abnormalities requiring one or more of the treatment modalities that are currently available. We will also set up a day unit for the administration of chemotherapy and provide training and development to ensure sustainability. Therefore, I am pleading to all individuals, organizations, and local businesses, and every Sierra Leonean and friends of Sierra Leone to make a meaningful contribution that will never go in vain. Ways to contribute will be seen at the end of this clip. I am Aissata Sisejalo of the Health Show Partnership Program. Remember, your health is your wealth.
When I was young, a lot of things were different. Unfortunately, most of the differences seen now are heartbreaking and are not good at all.
Before now, men were strong protectors of the weak, fathers, brothers, lovers, sons. Their mere presence guaranteed the safety of women and children.
But what do we do now?
Men harassing and raping women.
Men sexually abuse little girls.
Men battering and killing their wives.
Any form of sexual assault, be it rape, Sexual abuse or pedophilia is a killer to human self-esteem.
Women should stop dying in silence. Speak now.
The rapist should be stigmatized, not the victim.
I think death sentence should be the consequence of such terrible acts.
And you mothers, build confidence in your children, put trust in them, listen to them when they make reports, and take necessary actions.
Talking of mothers before now, women were virtuous.
They were mothers, daughters, and sisters.
Nurturing, counseling, supporting their men folks.
But now,
Women are trafficking female children for money.
Women are forced to be silenced.
All this must stop, and it must stop now.
Real men do not abuse, rape, or molest women and children.
It is barbaric, unacceptable.
Let all real men stand with us.
together, let's say an emphatic no to rape, sexual abuse, pedophilia, and domestic violence.
Hello, my name is Josephine Kamara. I'm the founder of You Can Do It Foundation. You Can Do It Foundation is a charitable organization based in Sierra Leone, West Africa. You Can Do It Foundation has been in existence for the past 2 years. We have been fighting gender-based violence against women and girls within the community. During the past 2 years, we have been offering psychosocial support, counseling, court fee, medical fee, including school items to the survivors of gender-based violence. However, during the lockdown of COVID-19, report received and confirmed that rape cases among a minor has increased tremendously within our community. Because of this, You Can Do It Foundation has secured the land to build an accommodation for the survivors of rape. However, this may almost become impossible without your generous support. We need your help to build this home for the survivors. Your help could be in cash or in kind. If you wish to join us to make a difference in a child's life, please go to our website, which is www.youcandoitcyf.org, or you can go to our GoFundMe page, which is Home of Hope for the survivors of gender-based, or you can contact us with the details at the end of this video. We thank you greatly for your generous support, and thank you once more for making a difference in a child's life.
I was raped multiple times by my aunt's boyfriend when I was 6.
I was repeatedly raped at the age of 8 by a close family member.
I was raped at 19. I didn't speak openly about it because I was ashamed and afraid that people would judge me.
I was raped at age 5 by my caregiver's husband.
On June 17th, 2020, 5-year-old Khadija Sakon, a beautiful little girl from Freetown, Sierra Leone, was repeatedly raped and strangled to death, allegedly by her own cousin. Her death shocked the nation. But in truth, in this small West African country, 9 out of 10 girls experience some form of sexual violence in their lifetime. Think about that for a second. 9 out of 10. That's 90%. My name is Aisha Sasay. I'm a journalist and activist. I'm joining forces with Idris Elba and other activists from across Sierra Leone to support the survivors of sexual violence with the Survivors Solidarity Fund. Please consider donating whatever you can afford. All monies raised will go to 4 local organizations currently providing free medical and legal services to survivors. 5-year-old Khadija lost her life to sexual violence. That same threat remains for millions of others. So this is also a call for you to use your voice, your power, to draw attention to an enduring culture of rape. Together, we must end it now. My name is Aisha Sase. I am Khadija Sako.
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 We are Khadija Sako.
We are all Khadija Sako.
Hello, Fambuldem owner. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and good night, depending on whose partner the world where you find yourself. Welcome to CRGM Media. Today's Tuesday. I apologize. Zooming in program. They bring to a live discussion where we feel so una get for be part of and make una contribution. Me una host as always na Juma Ba. And with the team here, I have Sylvester Tiboy Dugba and Mr. Obafemi Pama, in being hopefully go join we in today's program. We appreciate Tuna, as always want to say thank you for being avid followers and supporters, and we encourage you alone to continue. If it's your first time watching CRGM Media, and for like and we page and continue for following, so you would get real-time notification whenever we come live. Like we say, we can get we get with scheduled programs, but we can get some kind special programs them or impromptu where go on for miss. Please welcome everyone, and we hope so not going to enjoy today's program, both on the Facebook and the YouTube platforms. And please contribute to the conversation, because this program is all about waiting me and you think on issues we get for affect we directly in Sierra Leone. And so your contribution matter a lot. Your opinion matter a lot, but I will just apologize, appeal to now. Let we keep civil, let we be passionate, and you will get an opportunity for call. Please try for keep your call as brief as possible and to the point. We know say we get a lot of things that we want for say for clear with chest, but let we try for make sure say we keep on short, so we'll give other people the opportunity for make their own contribution. I want to apologize for the late starts. Obviously, say something and the technology we can discuss certain issues, then also technology they decide for going your way. Hey, but I appreciate our patience as well. Okay, the topic already there, but we will come discuss the topic proper. Welcome, Mr. Sylvester Tiboy Dugba. We the last see, I don't know if it is smile today or is serious, because the mood can gauge and direct to where the program they go. If not smile, just no say na all that business. If not serious, no say okay. I will left hand it. T-Boy, welcome to today's program. Say hello to Fambule.
Hi, Fambula Kushana Kabona. How do you do? How the body? How the ups and downs? How the saloon? How the UK? How the America? How the Europe? And how the Australia? How the Canada? How outside? How know all the do? I hope say today we'll all do fine and we're all ready for this discussion. Once more, we say sorry for the late delay. As usual, like Ejuma say, anytime we'll get something for can discuss, we will say it's in our phone line program. And they tell they get problem with the network, so if not even the phone line, because we could scarce making happen behind the scene, making boku.
Right.
So don't depend for the past hours and hours since this early hours of this evening.
Mm-hmm.
We don't begin get this kind of issue. But you know, say we learn through this tower. I don't know what they say power pass alone for business. So they say power program for happen.
Power program they happen and we must give information to the
people. You all the information in the power.
Boy, I not been one for share this with Una privately, you know, because sometimes, but I want to talk publicly and it is important. Okay. You know, the reason we could say this, we want our audience to understand and not surprised if certain things them happen. I get, you know, few close friends from, you know, the Paupa team. They told me jokingly, okay, T-boy, say they try for pull we off here. So I want you to know that. I want Femi to know that, and I want our viewers to know that. So if a day come, we not see with a live, we are not surprised. But the only thing we will tell Una, okay? So we want for prepare Una, we get backup.
Plenty.
If you pull in our Facebook, you pull in our YouTube, there are other ways.
Plenty.
So Una not afraid. I just did tell Una, let Una not afraid. And I'm smiling about it, but it's very serious. You know, say, one thing I like about Paupa, then Sabi joke. You know, when they want to do something, they get the boys the way then they said, then talk like a joke, then to go where, well, they mean it. So I just wanted to say, this is not the first step with T-Boy and Femi the area, because now, you know, 30 minutes before we come online, because of the technical issues, I'm not be able to discuss them, but I want it to be public knowledge. So T-Boy, now the word that.
Well, the word fine. Like you say we word no more with the total.
Yeah.
But one thing I want to make everybody understand that the world right now, technology no get boundary. For as long as the one way they make technology, then they break them. That's so the one way they break them, they try for fix them. So in this day on earth where they live so right now, you can only stop one vessel for go through the channel, but there are a million other channels for that same vessel they for go through. Sometimes when we go underground, it will be more dangerous than we would on it. So I think if I was any one of them people and they give that kind of advice, they say they try for short way, yeah, cool. But they try. If they succeed and then put me underground, it will be the worst.
Right.
But I know for sure say no starting to need to talk, but we know for sure say
there is no stopping us.
Never. The one thing to stop with now, God no money get for stop with.
Yeah.
And when God say, you guys, this is your end of your program or whatever you guys are doing in terms of pushing your agenda to make Sierra Leone great, it has now come to an end for you guys.
Yeah.
That now the biggest tsunami they can with the World Trigo.
Exactly.
I want to see that tsunami in the case London, in case America, in case Sweet. So
yeah.
But for as long as what we are doing is genuinely under the umbrella of bringing peace and sanity and justice to every Sierra Leonean that lives on earth, whether you live in Sierra Leone or not, I think we will carry on to do this. Like Ejuma said, there are many platforms.
Yeah.
One, people that they fail to understand two things. Yes, Facebook seems to be one of the most popular platforms, but guess what? The audience that you get on Facebook is quite different from the audience that you get from all other platforms. And when you're forced, now like a way, when Apple phone try for compete with how you call that Chinese phone?
Techno.
Also Techno. How we're always in?
Who are we or whatever?
Who are we? Yes, this Chinese phone. When they try to compete against them, the competition was somehow way nasty, because Apple phone is being put together in China anyway. They're in the compiler. And how can you fight somebody who compiles your gadgets?
Right.
You understand?
Thank you, Victor Bokari, for highlighting that.
I just feel say no more is such a danger to Apple, and then you realize say we cannot fight this fight. Let's fight our own technological side of things and make it work. Because banning the Chinese phone in America is a big disaster, because Apple products is the biggest selling product in China. Imagine China limits the same amount of Apple products to be sold in China. The population of China alone is possibly America.
Right.
Twice or so. But anyway, that's another topic of discussion. But if anybody is trying to shut us down, try and go ahead and do it. But as far as we're concerned, nothing can stop us until God says so. That's one. And two, if Facebook lock, YouTube day. If YouTube lock, Instagram day. If Instagram lock, Twitter day. If Twitter lock, LinkedIn day. If LinkedIn lock, WhatsApp day. If WhatsApp lock, and if we go underground.
Yeah.
Say they do boxing and say boxing get me. Give me 1 minute number small.
Okay.
When they can say boxing, bare knuckles. Then do bare knuckles and say, oh no, let we not make this kind of sports come publicly. It's brutal. Then they do that cage fights. They said, oh no, it's too brutal. We can't allow it. But guess what? Cage fights, they cost more lives behind the scene underground than actually when it's regulated. Because when it's regulated, it means there are spectators watching, it is legal, and they go by the rules.
Yeah.
There is an immediate doctor on site in case anybody gets injured. So the rate at which people die on the ring when it's well watched by millions is very tiny, very tiny. But when anything goes underground, it becomes scary. Because you don't know what happens. You don't know what are the propaganda.
So they say there's a glitch in the system here, T-Boy.
Yeah, it's glitching. I know.
Yeah, so somebody said a double audio, then they get double.
Even when you started, it was glitching.
Okay.
I saw that. But yeah, over to you. Let's continue the program.
All right.
That should not be our problem right now. Let's just keep what we're doing and then we focus on the issues that we want to talk about.
All right. Well, thank you so much, T-Boy. And, Fambulem, apologies, but we had to bring that to you because it's, pertinent information that you have to be part of. And, so at least we don't put them forward. We are now. We appreciate all the chat group. We go come start we, program today. So we say, does Sierra Leone need a dedicated ministry of Western region? We all know, President Bio on the 30th of April and most recently do, cabinet reshuffle, or which they refer to as a mini cabinet reshuffle because not to the whole cabinet. And we all know, as a president of the nation and nine head of the government, are within in right and in wisdom for appoint, who I want for appoint, and relieve who I want for relieve. For help and run in government successfully, for provide effective service and delivery for the people of Sierra Leone. That means for the 7 million people, including the one that will vote for them and the one that will not vote for them. So that is the expectation. And again, for make sure, at all times, work with people the way possibly if we say go deliver, and possibly people the way if we'll say go serve in the interest of Sierra Leone. It's 3 years on, since you don't do a government, you don't make few changes here and there, but the general question is, how far have we gone? The governments don't achieve the manifesto promise. The manifesto promise where they make we transform into government programs. Since he, actually pronounced a parliament in force, parliamentary address. People, we don't talk about that, whether the government succeed or not. Now, also we did a survey, and people voted, and 95% of the people that voted, if that was representing the 7 million people, say the government not deliver on them promises them and all the other issues. But we see recently, there's been so many cries about bloated economy, the government, they become big, expenses. But we hear the government, they tell we say the bloated government expenditure now as a result of, they don't give more teachers PIN code, they don't give more nurses them PIN code, they don't absorb more people into the civil service or public service sector workforce. So now that make the salary big. So we don't hear a lot of talk about creating a ministry, dedicated for the Western region. And what they talk about the Western region means say now Freetown, you understand? Means say Freetown urban and Freetown rural. Western urban and Western rural, I apologize. Okay. So let's take, if we begin demarcate time, let's say from Waterloo or now it don't move. Let's say from 4 mile or 6 mile to Kent, to Godrich, so all inside and then at the Western region, okay? We don't see recently in the reshuffle, we will talk about the other positions then, but one for dedicate time to this Ministry of Western region where the president creates. And the reason why, because now a new ministry where it don't create. But we'll therefore ask the question, waiting at the reason behind this. And we will allow una follow on our phone and give on a contribution whether it is necessary. Okay. Let us say a couple of things here. So why we've been begin get ministers of states, where they represent different regions. Una know say at one point, Sierra Leone was classed as a failed state. There was war and all that, and we begin the NPRC government come force, okay? The NPRC government, with them been there in 1992, they created secretaries of states. And then we get secretary of state for Southern Province, Eastern region, and the Northern Province as well. Okay, so then we get that now for waiting them they look at say let them know left them people and they want forget people we did the winner the emboliai we go they help for transfer waiting government they do and supervise waiting government supposed for in terms of public service delivery. Okay, but there has never been a history wherein we get minister for Western region. Where, President Kabaka came in 1996 as well. At some point, then Sebin gets ministers of states because we know say we get fragile peace, you get for make sure so you get political heads their way, go able for coordinate with them people here because the system, they just try for fix up. So we'll not be even know waiting at the problem with democracy, good governance, and service delivery. And local government system was either non-existent or non-functional. Everything was centralized. Now, central government had they do everything. So we've been getting ministers of states then they so then adopt that. But even at that time, up until recently, up until April of 2021, we not get minister dedicated for the Western area. The reason being, as we all know, there are things that way in a black and white, and there are other things that way, now a tradition where they become part of society, where everybody they accept, and where they make people live together. We can ask ourselves the question, T-Boy, if it is not broken, why try to fix it? Okay? We talk about decentralization, proper one. In Western area, both the urban and the rural, it's been a tradition wherein we get the chairman for the, Western rural, okay? Then we get a mayor for Freetown and the Western area. That has always been there. We don't ever get an issue why we think say we don't need mayor on Freetown. T-Boy.
Not that I am aware of, except otherwise. But with all what you don't say, I think if the population of Freetown is massively big and uncontrollable, Freetown still get chiefs there, you know that, don't you, so? They have local chiefs and local councillors in the different wards they within Freetown.
Yeah.
So that's now the breakdown of decentralizing the whole system, also?
Yes, and that's now for the whole country, actually, because decentralization are the way that we go able for bring direct service delivery to the people. Central governments mostly, you know, they do policies, they do but actual delivery. Who that go build pump for you, who that go build community center for you, because we get the word, you know, go able for the all side, but when you get the local council, and then deal with them people, and they know what the people they need, you know, so then go able for deliver direct service to them people and they according to what they need in that community. They when are all under the form government program.
Okay.
I'm your knowledge. If I wrong, anybody within the way they listen can correct me actually.
Because what's the there for us, and in fact, say if all these systems are so deep, and do we know the actual population of Freetown?
Well, I would say the population of Freetown is over 2 million now.
Over 2 million.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the problem we get now minister for Western area? Do the minister of Western area gets a special role where he play?
All right. Well, we go Camde. We go Camde just now. I'll keep down the small. And the first thing definitely we possibly me want for you know, say T-Boy is this. You have the mayor of Freetown. Okay, you get the chairman for the Western Rural, okay? We always don't do like that. Then you get minister for local governments, okay? Minister for local, I think, I don't know if I'm minister for local government and community development, you know, because they're always the changer. But you get minister for local government. Where the minister for local government, now under a ministry directly, they supervise all the local government authorities then, you know, or they link with, okay? Now they kind of like then they report to council policy and all that kind of thing. So if the mayor, they work with the minister of local government, okay, then, and all the other mayors them and chairman then are different, you know, regions them. They work with the minister for, you know, minister of local government. Then you get another ministry. I will let people understand. You see, because it's fine for let we begin understand. We get ministry for political and public affairs. Right? So if you
it still exists?
Oh yes, it still exists. You have a minister there, yes. You know, Mr. Fode Yumkela, Naina, the minister. Then you get the president, the seat of power, de na Freetown. Okay, the seat of power, de na Freetown. So why do we need a minister for Western region? So how in they fit into this puzzle where you get the minister for local government, then you get minister for public and political affairs, then you get the president, then now you can get minister for Western region or a ministry, you know, of the Western region. How then they fit into this ball game, you know? And yes, Santigi Kagbo, you're right. The Minister of Local Government supervises all chiefs to, you know, include the mayor of Freetown, yes, and all the, not just the mayor of Freetown, all the mayors them and chairman them for district councils them, yes. Now under the Ministry of Local Government. Now that's exactly as I say. So if you have that, then you can get Minister for Western Region. Waiting there for be enrolled. But in this position, T-Boy, listen, this position, they make a cabinet rank position. Means say, you get for go na cabinet, you get for go discuss policies, you get for go this, you get for go that. But the other ministers them, where if you want for put them in equivalence to other one there, where you say, you get Minister of State for Eastern Province, Northern Province, Northwest, and South, those ministers not to cabinet rank position them. They're not going to cabinet.
That's not the resident ministers.
Yeah, the resident ministers then. Yeah, so then cabinet, then resident ministers, then they sit in a cabinet, then they're not to cabinet rank. So why this ministry for Western region and the minister in position equivalent for for be a cabinet ranking position? Why? See, so now the headache then this way we they ask. You get any question first before I want to throw a bombshell inside this whole thing before we open the phone line?
Well, at the moment I'm confused.
You're confused. Okay. All right. So
I'm very confused because I'm confused about two things. One, the question we ask, what's in the significance for this particular ministerial position for get a cabinet sitting opportunity?
Right.
And why not all the other resident ministers then, where they play a key role within the region and they not get access for consider
right
a cabinet and discuss issues? So who are they report to?
Well, then just did it for coordinate activities. I will just say, like when you say the pine yai kind position, and because you get mayors them and chairman them already, then it's just creating a position where you go say this na ambassador for them people are within the same country. We get 7 million people. You get the president for what kind of salon force if the road been good, from pillar to post, 5 hours you don't reach from pillar to post. Well, I mean from one boundary to another. If the road been good from Freetown to Liberia, they do more than 5 hours. From Freetown to Guinea, they do more than 5 hours. From Freetown to Kamakwe, when at the other border, go do more than 5 hours. That's if the road been good.
So you're saying all them positions there might not have been relevant if we actually manage things properly. Is that what you're saying?
Well, take simple example, T-Boy. The United States of America. When a country inside country, where some states where you go first, you get for some states big pass salon 510. When they talk about population, but they only get 15 cabinet positions there where they get, okay? Let's say you get what they get now, they get professional heads. Now, different one them. We say, because you can't argue that. I know say somebody go out for argue, say, but then get this, then get them kind of position. We say we get directors, they'll get technical heads, they'll get secretaries them for different ministries then. But then get America, what now the population is over 300 million people. Then get just 15, past 15. We now 7 million. Almost we get now. We get ministers, we get deputy ministers, then some ministry, they get 2 deputies. 2 deputies. Then now we don't add the Ministry of Western Region. But my question, what in this ministry get for do? What in they responsible for?
Well, sometimes we will know when it starts in work.
But before you start the work, go to explain first to people and the rationale behind what in this ministry get for do, what in at them work.
Well, I don't feel say any position in a salon within the GU job description before you start the job. You go start the job now. You go know the job in description now when you start the job. Then you begin to ask questions. How you actually run? How do they run this? That's why we're not making no headwaves, because we know they give yourself a job description before we even start the job. And we say when they take the job, we need to ask questions.
Right.
Why this job and what's in my role? Because I have similar discussions with so many things that really happen right now when it comes to job description in Sierra Leone. But people don't know what's not in job title or what's not the role of their titles, what thing they're supposed to do, how them for execute them, whether in the case any kind of support financial or how them for raise fund or how them for manage that particular sector where they don't make their head off. Right. Many people don't know.
And I just want to make another disclaimer for let people understand. We have nothing against the individual where they appoint for the position. Okay, the individual is somebody we will hold in high esteem, get respect for them, she's decent, we not hear anything about her yet, so for make we create doubts. And we know the doubt say not able for deliver. But we therefore come to that question day. This person where then can give this position. Now promote them on a demotion because she was the Minister for Foreign Affairs. Okay. We get senior position inside government. We will not get better woman than inside government. But then decide for pull another senior position and can bring and come now a ministry where they just create, where sometimes the government self know the reason we make them create her. If you ask them on paper, say, explain to us, in one paragraph, tell us, waiting at the role of this ministry, waiting at the essence, waiting at the scope of the work. One paragraph. If you ask the government, they're not able to tell you. So the doubt, is it another thing just for say we accommodate the woman them? Because we're able to understand if why make you go pull on a Ministry of Foreign Affairs and can bring and come some side way get controversy.
Well, take the controversy away. But as far as we're concerned, now demotion.
Okay.
Take controversy away. Forget about the controversy, forget about everything. So basically, with all the reshuffle that happened last week, now only one person benefits. Only one person benefits for all that reshuffle. And the thing is, it brings me back again to the question of saying, why making the changes when most of these people have been accused of XYZZZ. So that is like a freedom pass, as usual.
Right.
Because what's in a freedom pass, I mean, all those accusations laid against these persons of interest is possibly non-void. So it's like you're swapping positions.
You keep saying this platform, sometimes I can really want to make you blabber, but where I can go back, I think I'll say, okay, yeah, T-Boy gets points, in as much as possibly, even one, sometimes making one for like massage them a little bit. Say people are going to find out waiting, but you can just even one. You say, some of them people here, then they demote them or then they sack them because they want to let them escape certain things, or then promote them because they want to let them escape certain things. So you move them here and there just for let escape. Because let's watch for the thing about Dr. Sandy, it be the Ministry of Lands, so many issues, them problem here and there, when Parliament call and say for go appear in the Ministry of Lands, they say, okay, go wait first na corner, but say the people and forget about you, then something will bring you come back.
But because the sooner we then call away na appear, we then sack her, you can't take him to task anymore because he's not the minister.
Right.
So what's in there for the say is, if you've been accused or you don't go some side where they don't say this not the investigation, leave it on you, it should continue.
Right.
You still have to clear your name. Because that man gets thousands of accusations laid upon his head. And all of a sudden, they sack him. Okay, right. He never regained any ministerial position. He walks away as a free man with no claim to answer to, with no justification of all the accusations the way they get against him. He cannot stand trial for nothing. He can't even face parliament no more. And he knew, definitely, if he'd been going to parliament for any kind of interrogation, if it don't cost them a lot of other issues then we something for come across, or sometimes if it don't dent the credibility of the government, or sometimes if it don't become something where nobody not go happy with. Because the questions asked was to bring him to task and make it identify what is state land.
Yeah, within a state land because they say people in privately will say we land we don't get from generations and don't come once in a state land now put it here and there, change places, then name them and all of those things. So
equally so, with the situation of Chief Minister being moved, Minister of Finance being moved, those are the two significant changes. And those two...
The Minister of Finance.
Yeah, and Chief Minister.
Then promotes the Minister of Finance.
Then make us say everyone get benefits, but then shift them. But also even there, in order to know more. So he will not be able to answer questions of what happens there. So at the moment, all the blame now or all the issue now, they can't shift and this man we don't can take over in your position. And then Chief Minister is flying out of the country to become a foreign minister.
Right.
Hello?
Well, we're not going to go to the new one where they appoint as Minister of Finance because then they own a big load again. Because the man, according to what you hear, now the first is a beneficiary, T-boy. So not only minister, the chief minister, no, in a beneficiary because he serves as what you call a secretary to president. Then sack him, okay, because he commits crime where against the constitution and all that thing, and they know what in that one they mean. So then sack him. They make a minister in agriculture. Then sack him because a name appear na the commissions of inquiry white paper. Okay, but then few days before they announce her as minister, then say anti-corruption not find her guilty for anything, or the commission of inquiry then drop all in charges them and everything. Then the next few days they appoint her as Minister of Finance. Only in Sierra Leone that you get that. Anyway, let not sway the conversation. Let's come back. Now let's look at things. Femi, if you're ready for coming, let us know, please. If you're ready for coming, let know, because I'm not going to left into this conversation. All right, Femi say like, 1 minute. When you're ready, just give me a thumbs up and I'll let you come in to the conversation. Now, T-boy, let's look at this thing. It's make me mention the issue about bloated civil service and then say we wage bill don't go up. We read the African Express and a whole lot of people and talk about that, but the government come out and give justification why make the wage bill go up. Then say now because they absorb more teachers and more nurses into the civil service workforce. Granted, then hire more people as police. Granted, well done. Now, but they can create a new ministry, okay? Not so existing ministry where they change in name or merge ministries and change them functions. We are creating a new ministry we're responsible for the Western region. This ministry, mind you, they only get a minister, okay? You can't forget the composition of a whole ministry because the minister only in a political head, you're not going to be able to do all the work. You can't forget a complete workforce in civil service workforce from permanent secretary, deputy permanent secretary, technical directors of this and that and that and that. Okay, so the whole secretary, driver, this, that, everything where every other ministry gets. So you don't see how they go up, we don't create that new ministry there. Almost people they will get for employer now. That's the first thing that one day. Secondly, that ministry there get forget in your budget, in your operational budget, meaning that they get for make sure the country get for allocate budgetary funds to that ministry. They say this now money for functional operation and day-to-day activities for do everything like every other ministry, like Ministry of Social Welfare, like Ministry of Children Affairs, Ministry of Labor, like any other ministry. So by the time you don't know T-boy, how many people where that ministry they would not add another payroll force? Tell me.
No, one thing I want to ask for them, they occupy an office space now you building or what's the office there for them?
Space not that you building for.
So they get what's the office there for them?
Now they cannot tell you say that everything will comprise a ministry. So they get forget their own building, their own office space where they accommodate the number of staff they get. Wherever they want for host time now. Something, see boy.
States House, okay, that new city hall.
City Hall. Aha. Let it not be said this ministry left for house and that new City Hall building.
Okay.
Okay. Freetown City Council building, that new building. Okay, Ministry of Western Region. All right. So if I want to dig this conversation, Suledin, you're welcome for call and make your contribution. Continue for making contribution as long as you keep them civil. We appreciate you. Now you're right for make whatever contribution you make. Just keep them civil, no more, please. So we don't talk about that, T-boy. So what you get for say, what bad?
Well, again, we don't touch the issue with its guy for struggle for find out inside the office there for the waiting at the structure of the ministry, how many staff you get for get, whether for being your own permanent secretary, whether your own financial secretary, or whatever the position might be. So as far as I'm concerned now, is that for find out exactly the role of this ministry, what's in the council supervisor executes, and how do they go about for doing? Because if he entails just Freetown, I think he entails every single one of us where he said in Freetown.
Yeah.
So we know they just come no more, we can't get something we then they can't say, okay, this now a new minister. Okay, what is what they can do for we now?
Right. And they can't give another bombshell for you. Continue no more.
At least we need for know. And we need for know. Sometimes we go apply for jobs. Sometimes I guess director of communication job will go apply for. So right. You never know.
Right.
So let me know the actual functionalities of this ministry, and then we'll be able to say exactly how you could benefit from. Because many people are saying yes, it's needed because in a big comparison to London gets mayor, but it also gets minister for London City. Yeah, but you can't compare London to Freetown. Come on.
Right.
One just sort of ball alone, I want Freetown. So
exactly. Imagine so you get minister for Southwark, minister for Tottenham, minister for you get the members of parliament them.
Exactly. So it's not just an easy thing where one person can just say, okay, we could do this, we could do that. But me, I really see let's take out the issue of saying, okay, the mayor seated and she's doing whatever well or not, or whatever she's doing. That's not my concern. But what is the role of this ministry? Exactly. Why is this significant right now in Freetown? Yeah. What will be the benefit of this ministry? Because you can't create another office if this ministry actually can fix some of the issues that really happen at Freetown. Example, water, road, electricity, and you name the few.
Yeah. So if we need this ministry for fix that, why do we need Ministry of Water Resources? Why do we need Ministry of Works?
Ministry of Water Resources, Works, they're all the
energy and power. Why we need them?
They're all they cover the whole Sierra Leone, not to just speak on the cover. So basically, look, not taken that way. This is not specific because otherwise, then you need to get a minister for Kenema, where we get as getting a minister, but not a minister, where they sit in the parliament, you not get no budget allocated.
They sit in the parliament, and again.
No. Now they say you sit in the parliament, you not get no budget allocated to a ministry. In just the number for supervise all the things that happen in the southern province or the eastern province of Sierra Leone, when they are the coordinator. So basically, he coordinates with all the chiefs, them, all the local heads, and then he comes and reports to the presidency. Well,
to the Minister of Local Government.
Well, yeah, to the Minister of Local Government, because in charge of the all. Yes. But also back again, he can liaise back with the Minister of Political and Public Affairs because now just the same liaison part they all they play.
Yes.
So basically, these are roles. We all know say that's not a role in this because they are already an existing role within the play. So now we have something new.
Yes.
But they're not school we, they're not teach we, they're not tell we. They didn't say nothing. They just say this is it. Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have to wait to see whether it will work or not? Or is it an implementation of something we didn't want to try? Or is it just
all right?
So like you say earlier on, okay, now demotion for the person where they take over the office. I think, as far as I'm concerned, first, well, okay, hold that opinion first. No, continue.
Right. So the other bombshell I want for be inside this whole thing now. Okay. Now we don't confuse first. We don't know the reason why. Okay. Then we don't see how this ministry get for increase the wage bill, way now possibly more of duplication of, roles, or if, not to just duplication no more, you will multiply, you will say, the same role where this ministry for perform, now other ministries they perform. So I wonder how that bottled business get for day force. Who that responsible for? T-boy, remember during the national cleaning, okay? I don't know, is that still going on anyway?
All right, don't stop the nonsense. Fund not for again. The fund they not exist though.
So remember where the Ministry of Local Government bought aid with Freetown City Council, the mayor. No, now we responsible for clean. No, not so una responsible for clean. No, una give the budget. No, not so una get the budget. They almost beat the mayor. We see where Deputy Minister of Local Government, be so, let's call them not treats with the mayor of Freetown. Okay. So imagine now you get the Minister for Local Government, Minister of Political and Public Affairs, and then you get the Minister, for the Western Region area. How then they get for the bots aid enforce who are responsible for do waiting at a particular time? Let pull the mayor come out today. Let pull Freetown City Council, like what you say. Let pull them at the equation. This now within the government itself, the duplication. Why you want for put this lady, somebody where gets respect, you don't earn your own rights within. Me I talk about what I know, and they talk about what I know sabi. Why now want for go put them at this compromising position? Okay, that's a food for thought question. Me, other thing where I want for can't talk about on this T-boy. Now you create a ministry. We all know, possibly some of we don't fortunate. You do some activities with Ministry of Public and Political Affairs.
Yeah, now very few ministries could not fit on.
Yeah, but I bring down this specifically because say they keep tossing that ministry. They want to make a presidential affair, then and change them. Okay. Yeah. When are the same staff, then they carry, but they should create a whole new thing. This government in term of office now for 5 years before we go into re-elections, they don't do 3 years already and counting. So the lifespan of this particular administration until we get a re-election, now listen me, I don't know why the person go quote me bye. The lifespan of this administration, we vote them in for 5 years, they don't do 3 years and counting, so they have less than 2 years in governance. How long will it take you to create the ministry, forget the ministry force for they actually form and sit down and get all the staff there ready? How long will it take? Let's say minimum it takes you 3 to 6 months. Then when they begin deliver, when they go begin do work, for like you go say, the money what they put in this ministry, they don't achieve this, they don't achieve that. So how you able to measure the success? How you able to get a ministry for do anything in less than 2 years?
Do you have the right to turn down an appointment?
Yes.
Okay. I just asked the question because as far as me concerned, there are certain things in Sierra Leone where you forget the courage for say, sorry, sir, I don't think I'll be able to do this. Because I think we've been approached a million times to do certain things that it's two things. Either if I believe in your agenda, if I believe in that particular project and that project hasn't got money, I will fund it. I like some to me projects.
Yeah.
So as long as I believe in your projects and your projects mean good and your project is serve the purpose we want some for, and you approach me for can work with you on that particular project day. If you don't have the fund and I have the fund, I will fund it.
Right.
If you don't have the fund to pay me for the work that I'm coming to do, I will volunteer myself to deliver that to you.
Yeah.
Because you know what you do? I want to make you succeed in making sure that you achieve that particular task day, because it will be of benefit not just to you, but to the people in where you want for pass that information to, or you want for serve, or you want for do anything you want for do of that nature to them.
Right.
So in me taking up an appointment in Freetown, I therefore look at them first and say, is it logical for me to deliver any of this within the shortest period of time? Why do I need to put myself through this stress, because at the end of the day, I have stress.
Unnecessary stress, yeah.
I don't have a specific job title. I don't have a guide of what I should be doing. Now me they can manage and put together all this work. Now me they can structure them. Now me they can bring all my expertise. I can't create my own employment scheme. I can't do that within the shortest period of time. I don't even know what's the kind of budget we allocate to me. At the moment, I don't even have an office space.
Yeah. You know,
I don't even get nothing. I just the title.
Paper.
Just say, I am the minister for
this
particular side. Who side they go start me office? Who side they go begin to do? Who side they go begin do things? At the beginning on the office first time before I begin on another ministry.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's a headache. But sometimes we know we are going into something that we're not going to succeed in doing, but we just take it on board just because we want to be part of doing something.
Right.
I think that's wrong.
My question is this, T-Boy. You know, I like to ask this question, whether you like it or not, but please listen to it. Why you not left Nabila Tunis as Minister of Foreign Affairs? Then you take Professor David Francis, when I be the chief minister, you don't supervise all the ministers. So that means you get more knowledge, more experience, more this. Why make you not take him? You go put him as minister for Western region. Why you not take the other brother, where you even give award as the best performing minister of finance, you know, our dear friend and brother, Mr. Jacob Jusu Safa, JJ Blood. Why you not pull him the Ministry of Finance? Then you go make Kalen be minister for Western region. Because then you understand as well. You understand, you know. JJ Blood na serviceman like everybody else. So if you give an award for all the minister them, and the only one that will see President Biogi award. As far as me can remember. But if anybody know anyone, please let us know. But I don't know more. So that means saying I'm the best performing minister. You for can't go na that critical position, then you best play and they take you put some side for able for deliver for you. But anyway, if we don't reach, we go open the phone line. Let's begin ask questions. Let people give their opinion on them. Femi, if you want to come in, please. I want to hear your opinion because you be the boss to me recently say you streets don't get them. I'm not going to name Usai, but proudly. So you don't get minister now. Congratulations. You don't get minister for Western region. And they wait for you. Anyway, why should they wait for Femi? Tibo, again, anything for Ade Force?
So far, there's not much I can add really now. For just like we open the phone line and people are actually having a very good discussion on the issue itself. Mm-hmm. When on YouTube, and interesting.
Yeah. So you have for sure with waiting to happen there.
Yeah. YouTube, as I open as a popular was a statement.
Okay.
But there are people who agree with the new minister on YouTube because again, yeah, we as Sierra Leoneans, we are not scared.
Yes.
So some of us are afraid for change. Mm-hmm. But I think the majority of the people in this salon, then they afraid change. Mm-hmm. And not afraid in the afraid change. Mm-hmm. They are happy with the system in Sierra Leone because it means it is an opportunity for any one of them. Mm-hmm. So if you are now in power, mm-hmm. they will not oppress you, they will not say nothing, they will not do nothing because they believe say they tell they can. Right. That is the status quo in Sierra Leone. So not over say then they're afraid, or they're not afraid at all.
Right.
They're not afraid at all. Then just believe no more say that's the system.
Mm-hmm.
So look who left there, so may they enjoy. May they enjoy no more, we don't time they come. That's the system. And the fact say that so they don't accept them. If you didn't have power say right now, you do all kind bad, then they say nothing. No more. We don't time they come.
Yeah, so I'll read one person in comment now. So it's very interesting. What's my name? Suledin, and the reason make you say most of you guys come up with programs not to benefit Sierra Leone, but to benefit of party. You people have to stop this nonsense and give peace a chance. Okay, that's your view. But tell we don't ask a question. You have the floor, Suledin, for tell waiting are the benefits of this ministry. Waiting and get for waiting at the role. not tell say just give peace a chance and law not talk, then you're not able to tell. If you articulate for what's in the ministry they do and the benefit to the people of Sierra Leone, then capable for reason with you. Over to you, Femi.
Hello, Juma. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Welcome anyway,
Thank you. So, Juma, you begin this show today also with a big bombshell. You said then it's right for stop with show.
Oh, yeah.
From good source.
Not so yeah, I got calls.
You got calls, saying it's right for stop with show.
And these are people I know, yeah.
Then can say massive I will translate into Creole. Usai dog the back, lion not the turn around. If dog the walk the back, and lion the pass, the turn around. You know why? Because the dog too small for make the lion wasting time with him.
Right.
Really and truly, we don't become so relevant now. I be feel to say when I been dog no more, we just say back, we talk no more, nobody not pay attention to it. When see lion don't begin turn around for look queen, must not say we don't begin make sense.
This is a big dog.
I tell you.
Yes.
But
I like that.
If they run at Donald Trump, then stop him. Other than we, where they not go run at for stop. Hold on, if one just a ring. See, now the problem is as man they see online, so they won't talk to you. Really, actually, if they can stop Donald Trump, other than we, they not go stop. Then go try for stop, we no problem. But as see boys say, contingency plan them boku. See that we get all sorts of technical issue them. But to say with our for Grand Cam. But let's talk about this topic. And they can't talk about they can't put the elephant in the room. Because some man then go say this not tribalism, blah blah blah. Femi they can't talk, so I not really care. Are they trying to suppress our mayor? I mean free tongue. The chief na free tongue. Now we mayor. Why then they can't put somebody above him again? Another person above him? Is it because something they feel to say Nabila not going to be as controversial as the last post we been against stress na street? Then it's right for are they trying to switch? Well, the guy with boy say where then say nearly beats the poor mayor. For that street cleaning stuff.
The deputy minister for local
so really, how many people do we have, as you said before, can take over and control this small free tongue where we get? Really and truly, we have to. We get for begin look at waiting this government deeper. If then it's right for change the dynamics of free time, make them tell we. Because for me, now so it look like.
You might be right, Femi, but you see one thing they say, and this is in all fairness and in the interest of Sierra Leone. Let God help we all want a nation where they grow, okay? And if you deliberately they do the wrong things for prove a point, it'll come back to slap you in your face. It will slap you in your face, and if you not take it, your teeth they come out. You get falling. So you have to be careful when they plan something. Because now you feel say, if really they don't get any good idea or reason why then they decide for form this ministry. If there are any sinister plan, like how people they say, and Femi asked a rhetorical question, are they doing this to suppress the mayor of Freetown? If that is the case, if not, that's not the reason why.
No, they make Mumuta.
Yeah. If that's not the reason, then.
I know if all Femi conversation, but I think Femi gets right for ask the question. Because what make I say so? Now the fact say there has been serious issues then relating to the mayor's sacking. It didn't happen. There's been serious issues then relating to the mayor's contradiction with whatever he say or whatever he not say. Still, it is time for making office become irrelevant to many extents. But I think, to me, this is simple. The mayor, na Freetown. The new minister for, how you call her again, Western Region?
Yes.
Now, new minister, if they can start in office sometime next week, next month, or even next year, we don't even know when.
Yeah.
If they can start in office. But let's say it starts in office next week. For example, today, then go look with after Ramadan, where everything will not settle down, then we can start the office. Okay. She's going to start a new office. And we all know what it takes like for start your own private office first. We're new.
You don't go to office, people. No. Bring and come back. You move, go to new house. You go rent new house. You move it like first.
No, I don't talk about new house because you never say that your property you be carrying and you house maybe now you move it in and come back now the new house. You get your old stuff then. Yeah. But this is a whole ministry, a new office. So I think the fact of the matter here is government is complaining about funding. Then they complain about not being able to pay all the people they employ because they don't employ more. I totally understand if in the capacity of creating jobs opportunity, then you will set up another office. But still, convince we. Tell me the story. Well, at the moment, there's a lot of issues happening in Freetown. I want to take some of the workload off the mayor and get him some kind of assistance from this new ministry where they set up.
Boy,
I'm just saying.
Don't even start saying. Don't give that.
You don't say that they say so because there should be some amount of logic behind creating an extra office inside an existing office.
And that logic should not be in comparison with the mayor. Do you know why? Because the mayor was elected by the people of Freetown, the citizens and residents of Freetown municipality.
The minister of Western area is selected by the president of Sierra Leone.
Right, so you don't go bring somebody.
These are two equal parallels. One is powerful and the other also is. But one is being put together by the people and one that by the president. So all I'm saying is there is no need to create an office inside an existing office if there is no explanation to it.
Right. So
if there is no justification, then it doesn't make it legit.
Me try for be generous here. Let's take the mayor out of the equation. Okay, let's take Freetown City Council out of the equation. But let's go back to the government's 10 self-set, their own formation. You have a minister for local governments. You have a minister for political and public affairs. And you have service delivery ministries like water resources and, energy and power. Youth affairs, social welfare, gender and children's affairs. These are service delivery ministries, not just policy no more. They do policy, but directly they deal with services the way that they supervise. Under that, you get departments, them, you understand, agencies, the way they deliver service for them to the people of Freetown and the whole country. But anyway, we don't talk Boku. Let me let people let them talk now. We they open the phone line. The phone line you can call and let me know. Does Sierra Leone need a dedicated Ministry of Water Resources? The number for call now +1 614 551 8694. We don't get we first call and we go ask the caller for making contribution. Hello, caller.
Yeah, hello. How are you, sir?
Very well, thank you, sir.
This is Boy Jalo Jamboria from Norway.
The ever faithful Mr. Boy Jalo Jamboria from Norway. Welcome, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
we are in a state of danger and precarious progress. Okay. Government should not be criminal enterprises. The appointment of this ministry are because of three reasons. We have to begin to say it as it is.
Okay.
Because some of us are not going to beg jobs from nobody.
Right.
And we therefore begin use the internationals, let them know, say, Sierra Leone is sinking back into some other crisis. Before the advent of this government, there had been this program for Freetown rehabilitation,
yes,
where the World Bank involved in. When they came, they went to the World Bank asking that this be made a national program. The World Bank said yes, but we will make us step by step. This is the issue between the mayor of Freetown and this government. It has always been the issue. They want to tamper with that money. They want to tamper with that project.
So only then at the pipeline.
Next, the money did it. The money did, but if they are not careful, that project will not be done under their regime. Because the way that they go, the internationals don't begin to get fed up with them. Let us say it as it is. Now we all die in the Falongibi, not to one set of people. Okay?
Right.
Enough of this. 60 years after independence, with all we resources, look at us. There is no ethical governance in Sierra Leone, and there has never been since independence, because we get a dysfunctional and dishonest intellectual class.
Right.
I am saying it. Whoever wants, it makes me his enemy. I don't care. I'm doing it for God and country. Okay?
Yes, sir. So, Mr. Jambo,
okay,
you said there are other...
Now just make me point finish.
Okay, go ahead.
One, now for this World Bank money, now the issue whether one puts suppress the city council for. But not only city council involved in this project. Other institutions are involved, Road Transport Corporation, Road Authority, etc. But the fact is they want to make it purely their party project so that they can interfere with the money, which they cannot because World Bank money allow that. Two, they want to find a way to control the votes at elections because Freetown gets the largest single electorate.
Right.
They think that by doing this, they will take praise for the Freetown rehabilitation. Then they will use that as a platform for campaign. Number three, there is a way to create jobs for their boys. I think we get for begin move away from them till they are Nasalo now. Governance, not to experiment, and not to about the self or a party. Governance has to be an egalitarian process for the benefit of all or the majority. This is what we have not done in Sierra Leone since 1961. And that's why we are here. Because the type of education we'll get, it makes me selfish and stupid,
right,
not nationalistic. I will end there today, sir.
All right. Thank you so very much. And we look forward for get here so soon. Let we discuss the education program we pending.
Please.
Yeah.
I want to say it for Sierra Leoneans to hear, now begin work on that because I already get a project on that.
Okay, so you get ready.
I have a team.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
I have a team and I'm only going to register it as a private not-for-profit corporation.
Okay.
Sierra Leone has to rise, and some of us will do it outside politics.
Right.
I'm not interested in being head of state.
Okay.
I'll be the foot of state forever.
The ever faithful
country,
foot of states from Norway. So just get ready. We are doing that soon, okay?
Okay, sir.
All right. Thank you so much for your contribution. Well, we don't agree, Mr.
Yes, bye for now.
Boy Jalo Jamboria, they don't making contribution and tell we waiting in things. So Tibor and Femi, whilst we wait for other calls, I'll bring you in. Unado yeri Mr. Boy Jalo Jamboria and call, he said there are 3 reasons and he categorized them. He said 1, now the Freetown Rehabilitation Project, then he say there is honey na the pipeline. Honey de na the pipeline. So
but that Freetown Rehabilitation Project it's nothing new. It's
always but again, like we say, they want for actualize them and again for go through the decentralization process through the Freetown City Council, but the government want for take accolades for say now we do we got the government, say every government want for sure say now we do this, now we bring this with the talk and do, then kind of say so not to the mayor. So now you see the one that we can say let we not talk politics. Somebody don't highlight something way political because it's about the mayor. Belongs to the All People's Congress Party. Now under them, banner, them elect them to office, and then you get the SLPP government. So they look at and say, will be slapped at them face for let the mayor supervise, a big project like that. But who that's the benefit for God's sake? Is it SLPP or APC or the people of Sierra Leone?
Jima, we just had a mayoral election, 3 days ago.
Yes.
Sadiq Khan win and back, I guess. Not to sit in government party, therefore.
Exactly.
It ain't labor. Conservative and they rule. They're not in power for like almost 2 times now, now they can want so. So, now the people of London, now they say, no, we still want Sadiq Khan for being mayor because they deliver for you.
Right.
It's nothing to do with tribe. It's nothing to do with race. It's nothing to do with nothing. It's just to do with the ability to deliver. The same way Boris Johnson had been the mayor of London, now Labour been in power. And he won it twice, I think. So what's the difference? So let we not begin to look at them party teams, so we always talk about, now party business, now politics, now this, now that, with the politicize everything. This has got nothing to do with politics. If the position is not relevant, it's not relevant. If the position is relevant, tell us, let me see the relevance of the position, and then we can look into them and see whether it will justify the fact, say, it can help for develop the city.
Right. I see, somebody asked a question in the chat, John Saidu. So John Saidu say, can you tell the people of this country the role of the resident minister? Why is it a crime to have a resident minister for Western region? So you tell me, John Saidu, please, we want to let you educate we. We not saying a crime, but we just ask a simple question.
No, John Saidu, for realize say, then gets resident minister now Eastern Province and Southern Province and Northern Province, right?
And Northwest as well.
And Northwest. Okay. Now those resident ministers, they know they're entitled. We all know what they need to do. One, that they are the coordinators between the chiefdom itself, between the province and the locality. So basically, they coordinate with all their chiefdom or their provincial towns and the headquarters them. For example, Eastern Province, the headquarter towns now, Kono, Kenema, Kailaung, and Pujong, right?
No, Pujong the south.
Okay, Pujong the south. Kono, Kenema, Usai, Kailaung, and where?
Kono, Kenema, Kailaung, after East,
So those are the eastern parts of Salone. When are they the resident minister is the look after. So basically, he coordinates within all those regions. If there is any fracas between those regions, then are the mediator. Then they call and come, okay, what do we need for doing at this particular province here? We need for get 5 councils. We need for build 6 town halls. So they build 2 Freetown, we build 2 Nabo, 2 Kenema, 2 Kono, then 2 Kailaung.
Even yonder self, you get chairman them for the district councils.
No, we don't call it chairman. He mentioned the provincials.
Yeah, but me they say, let Joseph John Saidu tell we, let him tell we. Me not tell, wait till me they talk, he ask we if not crime. And then they look at in statement, now in question, they say, why is it a crime to have a resident minister for Western region? We not say not crime. But the question I go ask you back, John Saido, tell we waiting at the role for the ministry, the minister for the Western region, waiting at enroll, waiting get for can do, waiting at activities them. Tell we. Now that's we want for no. If you able for tell we that not ask question, we don't ask you questions, say, is it necessary to have a dedicated? We not say it's not necessary or not, we ask question and we they ask them critical questions here. So waiting get for be the role. Who side the money they come out for fund them, how long when they get for form, and when they go begin do their operations, and waiting will be their main activities, waiting at the scope of work. So if you tell me that, convince me. Now that's that the people of Sierra Leone they ask for. We want to be convinced. And somebody asks, is this to suppress the mayor of Freetown?
Well, if not for suppress the mayor of Freetown, we'll go find out within the next month or two.
Right. So call and ask your question. The number for call now +1 614 551 8694. Call on WhatsApp and make your contribution. Femi, you are waiting, Mr. Aboijalo Jamboria say the 3 reasons the way he give. Waiting are you thought so far? All right. Will they get T-Boy, whilst Femi they come?
So Chuma, can you hear me?
Yeah. Go ahead, yes.
Okay, hold on 1 minute.
Right. So whilst Femi they come, T-Boy, if you're able to get some of the questions then from or comments then from the YouTube, so at least we'll share with the one that we watch now. Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah. And I will post the number as well so people can get time for calling.
Yes, Juma. So Mr. Jallo Jamboga, yes?
Yes.
I think say it kind of echo what I've been say before. I asked the question, say, if this year so really and truly not get anything for do with the current mayor.
Right.
Me not know the reason. I get several discussions and since it still don't take place with certain people them. But I not go one for saying that this and that. But it felt as if they may look for somebody for can fit the mayor. And Mr. Jallo Jamboga, Indon can tell we one of a possible reason. We don't know how true it is or how it isn't, but if there is a lot of money coming into that office day from from the west, I can see why some man then go get sweetie pana money day and then go on for put the young people them in place. We go waka then waka. Talk the own talk.
So if you say that, Femi, so is this a situation wherein we just create, jobs for proof of points and then suffer the country? All right, hold on, Femi, before you answer that, we'll get a call, please. Just hold on 1 second. Hello, caller.
Yes, Mr. Mike from Philadelphia.
Mike from Philadelphia, welcome. One of our, regulars here. Welcome, and we appreciate your call. I hope you do well. You and your family.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, they do very well.
We're glad to hear that. What's your contribution for this program today?
We just want to ask this administration why they don't want to work with the mayor. Why didn't they give this woman so much difficulties? And if you work with the mayor, then they even put good lights on this administration. It will make this administration look good, despite, whose party would that mayor really represent. We as Sierra Leoneans, we need to work together. It don't matter if you're red or green. If we work together, then we'll bring a better Sierra Leone. But this division, what we all create, even this administration they create between we all Sierra Leoneans, it's very bad. It shed bad light to everybody. Even the international community, they see what thing they go on and the way that they treat this woman.
of different ethnic groups and language, and so they no can tell me say I try for make comments we warrant something because I see somebody they ask if the mayor is still under investigation for in Bua statement. Well, if you ask me that, Mr. will go ask you a question if them being put President Bio under investigation when himself say Bua directly to the mayor, the independence dinner where it gets. Now that's I go ask that person they we call. I don't know, somebody they say no sound. Are we getting sound issues or no? Are we good? All right, we're good. All right. So continue for calling. Tibo, don't type the question, the phone number there, +1 614 551 8694. +1 614 551 8694. Call and make your contribution. Does Sierra Leone need a dedicated ministry, for the Western region? Do we need one? Or we don't need one? If you say we need them, why? If we don't need them, why you think so? We don't share our own opinion on them. So why we for waste the country in resources because we want for proof points, T-boy? Why?
You don't talk the word. Why fast again?
No, well, and I just ask, what you want for gain? What you say like and can say, what shall it profit a man? Femi come inside and this talk now sabi and what shall it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? Yeah, so why waste Sierra Leone's resources because you want for proof a point? Say you're better than the other person. Why? To what benefit?
For proof of points, to me, now one thing. Which point you want prove is another thing, and why you want prove the point.
Right.
So basically, those are the three questions I will ask.
Mm-hmm.
Why I want prove this point?
Mm-hmm.
Can we do better than what the mayor they do if I want for proof of points in that particular office day?
Mm-hmm.
Can we change the dynamics of how Freetown for go if I put me on person there?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we know say when you take over an office, especially as the president, you get your own administrative team with the carry it. Totally agreed.
Mm-hmm.
But your administrative team will not replace every sector because it means you need to have somebody who qualify and can deliver now all the sectors in there.
Mm-hmm.
We need to say when you take over power or take over office, you need to change structures. Of course, you will change structures, but you will not change the people the way they want the structure. Now, the structure name for be the powerful tool.
Mm-hmm.
The elements of that particular system, now you they change.
Mm-hmm.
Because for me, if I come to a new house where I meet get tenants then, and I mean they can take over that house there,
mm-hmm.
forget all the tenant and notice, no they make the problem solve now the host if the host will get problem.
If the host they leak.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I go say, oh, these tenants where they are so, now they look after this host, now make inside a leak.
Mm-hmm.
Or these tenants where they are so, and they pay in lights, now make they get electricity.
Mm-hmm.
Because they pay in bill. Okay, now I look at what thing are the structure of this house. How then they run this housing system? Now this thing they do. Okay. Now this not the problem. Is the structures not right? Now make them people also they fail inside this house. Okay, now change the structure. Maintain the same people and change the structure. If they be the parents every year, it means they therefore save that money for a long period of time, 12 months, cut them down and reduce the amount of time they save the money when they go down spend them and eat them. When I begin payments when I begin payments every 3 months, quarterly.
Mm-hmm.
So it means you don't get the money for 6 months again, for 1 year again. So you begin pay, you make sure so that first 3 months money you don't get, you don't can pay. You don't lose that less stress take from you.
Mm-hmm.
So that money that person they can pay, now you use. Sometimes 1 person or 2 person in your money that host day, now you use for run the administration of the host and make sure say all man get light, make sure say all man get water, make sure say all man your apartments clean.
Right.
Then the 2 other rooms then go be you profit for every 3 months. So basically, if you put them together, you they get profit for 4 quarters. Right. 3 each. and then you use the rest for administrative structure.
Yeah.
If that's not work, for that you first year where they can take over office, then you begin change personnel.
Yeah, then you know say the people learn a problem.
Thank you. Then you begin change personnel. Okay, you now you get the faults. I don't manage you for the past 6 months. I realize say you know they told the line of full time for make you do. Now you make you able forget the 2 1 for do complete. I they replace you.
Mm-hmm.
They do well now, so I they keep you here because you don't do very well. The structure worker, which you work with the structure and you deliver what I want for make you deliver. That's all you need to do.
Right.
It's basic management skills. That's what we lack in civilian.
So the simple thing now, so we take a make joke, yeah? When these announcements come out for the ministry for Western region, people started asking questions, naming, they make joke, they name different ministries they now they are. So my question is, so if any outside, Mr. President thinks say he want for proof of points, it creates a ministry for that?
I don't know.
No, say okay, now we don't get a ministry for Western region, okay? No, say the Western region minister, there's going to be challenge in the Eastern of Freetown. So you go create minister for Eastern area inside Freetown.
You go create local Edna Eastern.
No, minister. No,
that's not minister.
So they already get local, and then get councillors, then and get ward councillors, them they, where they operate. So that means they go create minister for Eastern, Eastern area na Freetown. Then inside Freetown, inside Eastern area na Freetown, they'll say the minister back will go appoint able for deliver. They'll say dong Uspat, what's my favorite place na Eastern?
Your favorite place?
Yes.
Now Eastern?
Yes.
Now Black Hole Road.
Okay. Then let's say now, so Black Hole Road, confusion, the bike guy, they know they deliver, they know they take control, the Bengonian by Kisi Road area, people anyway. So you go create minister for Black Hole Road back?
Yeah. Because I did the new road there now, so they go manage it.
All right. Well, we'll get one caller, answer this call. Hello, caller. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, caller. Reduce your volume on your Facebook and tell me your name and who side you call from. And
yes. I've done that, Juma. Yeah. This is Ahmed. I call from UK.
Ahmed, another regular. Welcome.
Yes, thank you. I want to greet me brother T-Boy.
Right.
And I'm Black Hole, but yeah, me man,
Oh, so I said they can get minister for Black Hole Road.
No, they don't begin college. They said they're college for RF. I live right here at the Black Hole Road.
Okay. Yeah, so it's like contribution for today's program.
Yeah, just with this this ministry where they just create, to me actually, I must say it makes sense looking at the situation where the country they into at this present moment. We they cry about resources and they create another ministry, and these are the people who say and they can't cut so many other things for many people able benefits, but it's not happen so. Instead, then they add into something. But I say the meal they do fine. Just like what T-Boy mentioned here. Of course, they can labor and then the previous one when with the prime minister now different party. But if you see how the community operates, three people have been well with them, then vote them back. We all go vote. It don't mean that the people, this is a community setup. The mayor, just like how the president self get the power. These are people that the local, the council, and the letter in. And this woman, I believe, say, Comunaya, he get that experience as to how for walk into them, as they say, not perfect, but I think they do fine. Actually, we know they do, but they do fine, I'm sure, because based on some of the projects that we will follow to the sea. But waiting now politics, now don't spoil the whole thing. Then they feel say because this woman are from the opponent's party, they know they get support, and then the people then they suffer at the end of the day. mean. And people they don't understand better off, because we understand they come on here, they know the system. But come on, they really disgrace me. You see somebody coming out with the system for live better if they stay away from corruption. We don't get corruption being about when the Canadian country for learn one thing, avoid stealing, avoid for lie even because camera they president guy they for don't land for most of them come United States then
no UK then come out to
mix
John Schengen from America
I've been student I study can't study
somebody don't know anything about education you get people that season people that me don't teach that country some of them probably who don't teach me and they say they not that labor day even the president's labor now my way teach me now Congress the president's labor leader now when the leader of SLQ as well. Now before my teacher, I teach you back when I graduate. So, so you can't take the guest system people in the system. And I look at the system today. A system to God. It's funny. They think it pissed me off because I look at countries like Gambia where look at the way they do well. Una the worst. You can't imagine them country. No get nothing. Only tax falling and they pay tax by force and nobody pull and I don't know what they get. But imagine the education system in the group. Who will work, who will teach, who will work in our exam council. Today, I don't put you the marks in Gambia na the system. Next week, you will account and don't pay money. Why I can do nothing? Again, now they only work up to today, they go back salon when they teach and they cry. You can't imagine the system I don't rubbish that salon. Look at Gambia today when they flourish. Any international school in Gambia na Salomon and makeup. If I didn't trust Salomon like pass anywhere Nigerian Ghana, they will mix both. Then they season. So my fear for go back home because of the system is rotten. I tell you, Juma, the system is rotten.
So
and this government.
So this Western Ministry for Western Region, I still a struggle for color. So you think it will bring any benefits to the Western region?
What that mean? There's a mayor, there's a local council minister, Juma. So for God's sake, what did this woman for good do from there and then count and back again? For which reason? I sense one thing. These guys, they have an hidden agenda. They don't do something for nothing. Now it's strategy. They try for more people, for more people, for just one for see whoever they want to get an eye for pin something. All what they do now for the next election. They failed already 3 years now. We do 1.5 years and I left you. Tell me, which one taking for great volunteer if not to something else with instead of developing something where the people they be happy, making a cow something way. This ministry don't make sense. We don't for pay again this woman again another money and then you see resources money no day. They what the million they do now. So now 2 million would they get this is Western. Now come on, Joanne. If it makes sense actually to me. It doesn't make sense anyway.
Okay, Ahmed, thank you.
I want to thank you so much. Yes. This say hi to T-Boy and Femi,
Sure.
Yeah, you guys are doing a lovely job, so I appreciate that. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, Ahmed. Take care, man.
Oh,
Ahmed, I not call Black Road by accident too.
Well,
I leave the baby.
You see?
Now we've been the first speaking apprentice in our Ben's garage. Oh. So I see you want to talk about this corner.
I want to talk. We try for we got to do this thing also about the diaspora they come on the US and they come on. We got for Kanye one of them they say
no.
Because I look like all man they deny the one they don't go. No. Get
the bad one there. When they think. So they go the blast for we can blast for the corner one say. May they understand say we have man for ketchup. Right. Common Southside integrity is key. So what's the problem? You go steady and focus.
Right.
So what can knock them once and they can do ballet. But when they take control, then they go more free flow. They not care. Now they call them 2-1-6 statement they go and make. They not care of nothing really come after. Because that's not making money anyway. Then give her bananas.
Yeah.
But guess what? We will give her something at the UK. We get some amount of integrity. So when we quiz we on there, then they see the facts. Because when they
but get majority in this government and
we know that for sure. So they make a some of the one they will be personally 1-to-1, we they scrutinize them. Now make most of them afraid for kind of platform because we are like colleagues. We worked together. We are like comrades in our own small departments. We don't liaise. We don't work. We don't collaborate. So when we see them, they abuse the system. We they call them to task. Say, bro, you ought to know better, man. Remember a couple of years back, we were running our own program. We were doing equally what you guys are doing in Sierra Leone now. What's the change?
Right.
What has changed your mentality? What has changed your ideology? Come on.
You waiting the last caller say, and then on again for take responsibility. You see, let it start here. Take responsibility for your guys that are messing up in Sierra.
I raise my hands up, yes.
And I can apologize on their behalf publicly.
No, I need to apologize on anybody in behalf will not take responsibility of your action. I only take responsibility for my own.
Okay.
I need to apologize for nobody because the time the way we don't commit, I will commit, you will apologize for somebody we don't commit, can we not get nothing for do it. Now you for can apologize for you can, but we will take responsibility to say yes, we've all lived in the UK, we should have an amount of integrity and we should know exactly what is management because we all don't go through management structures in this country. So while they make mention about management and structures, I want to make William understand, say, you don't change the personnel when you have a structure. Right. The structure stands. The personnel can change whenever, but you therefore make sure, say, you implement that particular structure there in a management system. Right. Then if it doesn't work, then personnel need to change. But you just can't take over a system. You change personnel without knowing what the structure was there before. Exactly. You either follow the structure with it if it work, or you implement your new structure. True. If it doesn't work now for you, then you begin look at personnels and see which one of your personnels are not actually delivering for you or not doing your job properly. We've all run a business. Our businesses are not 110%. There are loopholes. And we always know, say, there are people who have advantage and take advantage of those loopholes, either based on the fact that we are friends or we are family or we have some form of cordial relationship at some point. Or we realize, say, there are certain mishaps where sometimes the office not provide you where they take advantage of. So we all know all about the structure there. So when we want to take the piece, of course we'll do it. Even when you work in a hospital as a nurse or as a doctor or as a surgeon, there are certain times in your career you take the piece because you know nobody's going to question you because the facilities provided are not adequate for your services to be delivered.
Right.
So you
thank you so much, Femi. They come in just now. William, thank you for your contribution. So let's see. William say Eastern region, Northern region, Southern region, Western region, Northwestern region. La Adam did for you. Time will tell if this position should or should not be created. It is the mandate of the government of the day. In as much as I agree with you, say time will tell. But if you're not able to articulate to me, William, waiting at the role and function of this ministry and the people here for can serve day, then waiting will go use for measure whether they succeed or not. And government's not a secret society. I want you to know that. It is not a secret society. It's not for choose and few. Now the people resources now in we they use for fund the activities and for pay the people them. That's one. Secondly, the government now for serve the people, not to for serve themselves. So the information is supposed to be prior to, not to after when I don't mess up, you know, whether you're part of the government or not, or if they don't mess up, then they can't give excuse. We saw that. The government come, then promise we, how they call this thing, free and quality education. Now the excuse they will give us time. Government's not so one green day. It take for years. But they gave us timetables that they will deliver within this period. So now they created a ministry with with invisible scope of service, of operation, you know, a complete invisible because it's not even then a paper. At least if it was on a paper, somebody for able to write one paragraph and tell we say this now the scope, limits, and areas for this government for this particular ministry for operating. Femi coming.
Hi Juma, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. Sir.
Yes, so really and truly, I want to make a few statements, not boku, just a few. You know, I mean, a man of few words. I am a Fritonian. I born na Freetown, Central 1. Actually, they born me na Cottage Hospital. So, I don't particularly think that this government is good for Freetown.
Just for Freetown or for Sierra Leone?
Well, and I make a begin say I'm a Freetonian. So I talk about Freetown first. Because really and truly, this appointment where they don't make so, na Freetown, na in the wanka change. Yeah. I agree that, for that one we don't know, I believe say Nabila is a Freetonian too.
She is, yeah.
Because I go school with Nabila, we sit on a class together. She was a beautiful girl. All the guys in the chase after her at school. So I know her personally, or I used to know her personally, though years they will not don't talk. Yeah. But I believe say this government are doing everything that in power for affect what we may or they do. And I think say knowing Nabila back in the days, she was a very softly spoken woman or young lady at the time, and not very confrontational. So I believe say na strategy then friend for puts for able for get the young person inside that area there. Because I want to that office, but not to the same office, although they get similar remits, we believe.
Well, we don't know what's in a remit yet.
Okay, so that make us say we believe.
Yeah.
Because she'll be in charge of parts of Freetown, so that means to say, and we know that the mayor in remits dandy. So, but going back to the mayor and all the confusion we don't get from where they appoint him. Una not say today make mayor 3 years where they appoint him?
Yes, 3 years today, yes.
Yeah, so today makes 3 years in office. And to be honest, I don't think they don't do such a bad job as them people actually make we feel say he don't do. As a Freetonian that they go back, she asks us to pay taxes for we property them. Well, from research, it's like say other provinces them or other areas in Sierra Leone, then they pay them tax in there.
But even Freetown, they pay supposed for pay tax.
But the government come and puts them foot down and stop the mayor in tax bill where you want pass. Right. So I personally feel say then they do everything for unbog the human work and thus affect with the Freetonians.
Right.
So I as I begin, I not think say this government good for Freetown. T-Boy talk about Dr. Sandy and all the foolishness that we make, and he got away scot-free because they moved him on.
Right.
They moved him on. So right now we can't even go question him for all the laws the way he break and all the people the way he affects. Let me say really and truly, they're not good for us. And now if we look at the bigger country, Sierra Leone, if Freetown gets majority of the population, or maybe not majority, but a great amount of the population of other districts, them, you can see why sometimes they go on for, play certain games them, for disabilize certain areas them, so that they possibly will be able to lean it in the direction where they were leaning them. Our mayor is elected. They can't sack her. If he choose for resign, now he go step away. Unless bring it to the ballot box and vote her out. But until that day, then for left the woman, make it do in work.
Right.
As I say, I believe say Nabila is possibly a good person. And as T-Boy say, if they call you last minute for Kangi work and they not exactly explain to you what they can do, eventually I believe Nabila supposed for them on that job they do. I watch football a lot, and I remember a few occasions when we watch football, 87, 88 minutes a kind inside game. The manager they try for bringing one player inside. The player they look the manager up and tell and say, "Me man, wait till they can do this hour. They would all lost the game. Why you want put me on at 2 minutes to game?" And that's so it look like. Who gets waiting 18 months, 20 months to election?
Right.
Who changes this new position go bring? Now stress me one put for Nabila.
Thank you so much. And for me, that's the same question I have. If we be not forced, if the government force be not able to explain to we waiting at the role, duties, and remits of this particular ministry force, then we will forget an argument where we say, okay, well, sometimes it's plausible or not. But you just grab and announce Minister for Western Region. For God's sake, we know every day. Even the colonial masters, they get governor, this, that, they never create specific minister for that. We always know say there's been a mayor. And if we say, then they undermine we. When are they say we? Because me say 1 for 2 line. Me na Freetonian. I don't get village. Na cottage myself born. You understand? So sometimes I make election small because the folk born, the first cry will cry. We are dove court. Fish day, pepper day, Maggie day, this, that day. So we're not used to that day. You know, so now make you bring noise to you succeed. But again, Mr. B gets opportunity for go a stand election for be mayor of Freetown at some point. So if you can't create a ministry for Western Region, for can't compete with relation target for win, see the problem, Femi. But anyway, Mr. John Saidu they say, are you taking away the rural area from the region as you are just focusing on the mayor? Mr. John Saidu, Femi was clear. He said, in a Freetonian, and he making submission around that context day. So context matters, sir. And not they dismiss the rural parts. Well, they will start with program, we highlight, say, the Western region comprises of the urban and the rural area. And we even tell you, say, you have a minister of local government, I don't know if not community development or rural development. You have minister for public and political affairs. And now, they don't can add minister for Western region. I'll take this call here. So, hello, caller.
Yeah, Mr. Juma, this is Ibrahim from US. How are you, sir?
Very well, thank you, Ibrahim. How you they do?
Alhamdulillah.
Glad to hear that. So make your contribution, or wait till you get for say, do we need a dedicated ministry for the Western region of Sierra Leone?
The answer is capital N-O, no.
And why is that?
For me. The reason being, we get local government minister where they supervise the city mayor.
Mm-hmm.
So if the mayor is in charge of the city, Freetown, then he gets somebody where he the supervisor. Why they for create this ministry? What is this ministry there for? It don't get no use to me. The reason being they create this ministry, number one, they don't try all means for me and try for most of the mayor, they not get away because they say the mayor they do good work for the people of the country. They go to Freetown no more or say now only the one they work inside now Freetown. We Freetown come out better, it come out fine. We Sierra Leone they will get for boost now Freetown now we get them because Freetown is the capital city of the country. So everybody when they come and decide and they will they boast of. Even friends who get now only Freetown that be Freetown. So if Freetown and the capital city, clean, good looking, the country don't get forget good name. If you don't man they try in bed, nobody know they will perfect. They try in bed. Why this government not for support this woman? Not to get forget the name. They say the government of Sierra Leone. Then they get forget the accolade because if the Freetown come out good, then they get forget the credit because now under the government, Freetown they like I did so. Okay, now look the project the way late Fakaba be left, where the former president come, he can't consider project the day. Would I get the good name? They say now an escroma in government.
Yes.
But they forget say now the former late man where now Jack Abana be done then contact the day. And escroma we can just can't follow. Now you get the good name. Likewise, there's that new road where they don't make sure right now. And escroma be done that foundation. They say they can't make them. So they get the good name. So why don't they work with this woman here? Let the politics of the law of the country, let the country go before. Don't forget about politics. This politics we don't put in that country, then I make the country be like I used to today. Me, I don't look at this, I say, no, try woman there. Because we demand there, we don't fail we self and the woman in that country there. no, they try to give woman the leadership. Even this woman, Miss Tunis, I feel regretted why they employ that position there. Right. Now, one of the best ministers in that administration where I led, it is see the diplomatic of that woman there. Anytime we appear, it is see the responsibility of that woman there. So I feel sure when they remove that woman in that position, they can't create position for meeting. They don't do this because the woman, a man, a powerful man, a SBC. If they just like a woman and not give an opposition, they go for see what is going to happen to them. Right. Because that man, he get something we own that party day. So it's shameful for them to go create that kind of position and go put that woman there. What that man they go do? But this 1.5 years, hold on left. What you get for do?
Well, that was my question. So why make them not take chief minister and put another position there?
Put her there, yes. True. Yeah. Chief minister, 3 years, what do you do? Nothing. They don't pay no more free money. If they give this they say now the best minister, they say the economy the boom. Why they pull on there? They count somebody who don't accuse that the COI. The day where they pull on the court, they say guilty. They go give a position. Ebo.
Right.
Then at the same time they criticize the former administration, they create more offices there. But then in just 3 years, they don't create more offices more than 11 years of Alex Korovan.
All right, Ibrahim.
So good. Now. All right, you're welcome, Pa. Thank you very much.
Yeah, bye. Well, this what the people call, we don't know that they call it, but it's like all man they sing from the same hymn sheets now. So then say two na two, you know get son name. I like T-boy.
You know like where?
Waiting at two in son name.
Two.
Very call that two.
No, you see what Mohammed talked just now? It just make I realize say there are certain ministers that you will love for their potential and their deliverables.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Again, Nabil and I've been the foreign minister. I don't witness most of the event they really come to the UK.
Mm-hmm.
And sorry, she just delivers.
Yeah. By what he's supposed for deliver.
Exactly, she just delivers. Yeah. Basically, when you hear her talking, when you hear her talk, you didn't see nothing of political lines.
Because of Fritonia like a we, you understand, we come off Friton. If I understand it,
no, there is nothing but it Friton, just human potential. You know almost Friton and the way bad of Nasalo get now, please.
Because I feel like Fritonia like a
no, you're not asking for it, Friton. Yes. The woman is just capable to deliver her task. That's all. Again, you now they can dent that woman in credibility. We don't create
now. One kind of compromise and they try to
come on, man.
You go take, I go put on.
How can you do that? This is now one of your best potential women in position of trust.
Right.
You don't deliver. Yes, the government. There are so many issues there with international organizations or communities, but you don't even hear that coming out because it they negotiate proper with all the international players involved.
But again,
what she's been doing.
See, boy, I'm sure they're not even getting space for operate.
Imagine.
They're not getting space for operate. They've been getting space for operate possibly for don't do more. So these are like the people the way they do the thing behind the scene for make push. But if the presidents don't travel past the foreign minister force.
Well, again, that's not a problem. As far as I'm concerned, this particular foreign minister, I think now one way exceptionally don't do well.
Yeah.
The foreign ministry, we not hear nothing.
No kuskas,
nothing negative.
Mm-hmm.
With all the international issues the way they arise from Sierra Leone, with all the issues the way government gets with international organizations, with all the issues the way this foreign office get for deal with all the things the way they happen. You've never know you what thing you don't say we common and what way political.
Right.
I haven't. First, if you don't do a women not you.
Yeah, well, we never talk about what you know one day you waiting in specifically talk.
Exactly.
This is
seriously. So basically, why you want for get rid of your best players on the pitch and you're not losing that particular match on that particular wing. Nobody they can overlap on that wing, they can score like you goal.
Mm-hmm.
then you can't put first in the way in an overlap specialist.
Right.
Where they go, they come back safely.
So in Nabila, your number 11 where they play, they go and carry, they can't cover that.
They can't cover. They go, they come. Now all goal can.
Yes.
But so the replacement is not impressive anyway. As far as me concerned, you just don't can put a chief minister study how you call that?
Peace study.
Peace and conflicts.
No conflict.
Well, the country not there at all, but actually, the country.
So somebody say he forget the peace part. So now because they study conflict studies, peace and conflict studies, and anyway, that's a different ball game. But it is sad. We're smiling about this, but it's really, really bad for Sierra Leone, and this go discourage other people who get potential, because you cannot be compromising people like that. Compromise them. And we ask the question why, possibly Madam Nabila not gracefully say thank you very much, Your Excellency, for the confidence that you get in me, but I'll have a pass on this one. Because we believe, we get as a nation, we for mold, keep, encourage, motivate, and push with potential them. Not to for pull them down and go put them aside, then they're not able for succeed. She served as minister before being foreign minister. Now I've been a minister for economic development. Yanda back he served no nothing, no kuskas, nothing. She did very well for the short period where he did. He puts the economic development plan together. It begin lay foundation within a short period of time.
Do you allow us to statement number we come up from the YouTube chat from Peter?
Yeah, go ahead.
We say, if the previous government was able and willing to create a new province, what is wrong with the intention of the current government to create a new Western region? And he also mentioned, a lot of changes are taking place in Sierra Leone, whether we like them or not. Examples include vehicle registration numbering, constituency identification, and education system, to name a few. Well, we totally agree with all those changes, but like I said earlier on, Saloma not afraid change, not change the no ones, because I know for say when change comes, it will affect the other one they really come next. So they just want me the system, they normally carry so. But the changes the way they happen right now as alone, I don't see the effects of it, not even for a short term. Because we didn't measure, again, instant reactions. No, we measure short, mid, and long-term achievements. Yeah? I would say your first 3 years should have determined whether you have any policy that is going to work. And if you're going to continue to implement that same policy. 1 year period is enough for you to test a system to see what works and what doesn't work, and how you could change and reorganize or reshuffle the system. So if you try the first 1 year, work, you put 2 years on the same system, you're still not achieving anything. Because inside your second year now, you should be seeing a clear vision of what's in the first year don't bring in place. And the third year, you should be executing. You definitely should be executing. I don't see any businessman that is going to run a business. Government. No, I'm just saying. I'm just putting the worst scenario in place. Because
no, government not get worst scenario. Government do not have 3 years to wait. The people expect delivery on the day you are elected, because your term of office is for 5 years and you campaigned that you don't do your assignment. You know what the country problem is. Then you get solution to that. That solution are the faith where people then get for say, okay, we go elect you instead of maintaining what existed. So they changed, and you promised a new direction that's supposed to move the country forward. You gave us a timetable of things you will do on day one, on September 2019. We gave for do on this year. You get your country plan, then put together a short-term plan, a medium-term plan, and a long-term plan. Like you stated and everybody say, government's not continuity. You not just can you meet things not exist. although you make a let people believe, say, nothing had existed in Sierra Leone, nothing good, until April 4th, 2018. So if you don't say, but you promise that you'll do A, B, C, T to Z, but then 3 years, you are making excuses that you need more time, the people of Sierra Leone don't have time. It's as simple as that. If they create the pathway, then people go understand. See, they create Nabila, then SLPP, not also.
Yeah.
All the people they don't call, including we then also. Waiting bad we get for say for that? Nothing. If we do bad, we don't know. And we cannot talk about things that we don't know. So we don't have an issue with the person where they go occupy the office. What we have an issue with, the question what they ask, do we need that office?
No, I also get issue with the person where they go occupy the office because when they go put an offer, make you go get compromised with voting. All you don't do very good.
No, we're true. They say we'll not get issue with them, but we wish sometime if I do otherwise and say, you know what, I don't want this. For your interest, for the interest of Sierra Leone, you know, and for the interest of the people the way they serve as mentor to, we sometimes not sabi. Because there are people out there like Femi now states, we know nobody know say and Femi ever sit on a class, right?
Yeah, we know.
In school, right? so Femi can't talk that today.
College school.
Yeah, Femi will feel bad for let you see in classmates, in schoolmates.
Well, you know how many. I was shocked when they tell me of somebody when a judge where I actually not sit on a class with you, but like it would be the role when we were younger.
Mm-hmm.
And I was shocked, like, hello, what did I just say? They said that person in a judge. I said, who's judge this? Then calling him, I said, no, like, it's not possible. No disrespect, but I'm just thinking, wow. When you are of a certain class of certain things that we don't do, and then you sit down at your own place, they see how much of the people they own are all in the world. Like in this government, there are more than a handful of them where I know when I personally know them, not even strangers just know them. Personally know them. Some of them will go to school, some of them don't work, some of them don't do so many things together. But they're not failing just themselves or the nation. They are failing everything that they stand for. That is what they're failing to understand. Because there is no personal grudge against anything of them people. So because like a party or brother, they will sister them, for God's sake. Someone will auntie, will uncle, they will grandpa, not even far away. Blood close related. I will not sit here and talk anything negative about them personally. No. But I can sit here and talk about their wrongdoings in serving the nation because I think that is paramount, not just for themselves, but in the global power. Because they will say, look at 99 family and in this or 9 party and in this, now they all go to school.
Exactly.
It sinks the alma mater of who someone I belong to.
Right.
I can always say, I saw both school and I don't press alone. And I'm not joking with that because if I find a both school man, now they make
we don't talk this both school.
But you know how I feel for making an understanding if Papa go to this school and look what thing with the people that went to this school they do. No disrespect to the one when they do that too, but lead by examples. And what we were saying here.
T-boy, you know, we therefore begin ask them questions here. So if the Ministry of Social Welfare and the Ministry for Children, Gender and Children's Affairs, them budgets possibly they not even get money better. We don't know if they get up to 5% of the country budget allocated to those two ministries. We don't know what's in the budget we allocated to Ministry of Water Resources. And I wonder what's going to be this ministry, this new ministry in your budget allocation. Almost then go get for give them, we then go allocate for them now the budget where they come up for let them set up, begin operate. You know, with e-collar. Let me see here. So please post the number on YouTube as well. The number to call is +1 614 551 8694. The number to call is +1 614 551 8694. You can call that number on WhatsApp and make your contribution. That's the number. Call +1 614 551 8694. If it's easier for now, we can post another number so you get 2 numbers to call.
Juma, I just want to respond to what Michael they emphasize. Michael say he hopes say now 2023 we go vote in a new party. But Michael, I don't know if you get a new party there you want for start, so all we will join. I have no more to say.
Well, you know, again, I'm telling wish, and we appreciate that very much. And yeah, so Michael, thank you for venting out and say, you know, we wish you were able to vote for another political party other than APC and SLPP. If you think, you know, the 2 parties then are the problem, then why not? You know, so at least let we Salon need for move go before. That's the most important thing.
Sure.
You know, it is sad. It is really sad. It's sad.
But me that they were in the form of political party where the member they not get no affiliation with the past 2 parties they have. So without any membership card or even a bloodline, we don't join that party day in the past. I will join.
Okay.
And I go all out and drop me last sweat for make sure say we achieve what we want to achieve. Okay. For real election as you know, for even from a political party as you know, you don't need money, you just need structures. You get one representative. Now all the various different, like even if it also for real mayor election, they know how to save. And they just find one of the area money no one.
The foot of state. Mr. Boy Jalo Jamboya say he gets a new political party we call Tetemute Party.
Palamina.
Yeah, no, Tetemute.
Anybody who knows Tetemute, you know, say they follow up by Palamina.
Palamina. It is our minds are not political parties. Exactly, that's my viewpoint. You can form whatever political party. Yeah. So the mindsets. Tetemute Party, that's the one for you, T-Boy. So now for research them and possibly you'll be part. But I think we go cut today program short and let people go begin they prepare for tomorrow. Because tomorrow we get Femi want to say something. Go ahead, Femi. All right. If Femi they come in. All right. So tomorrow we get another program now with a host 2 people then. Madam Femi Claudius Cole, we all know it in the spotlight right now. You know, she's been a voice. We don't see said and don't beat her. It's like say, you know, people are connected with this government not like for human then. You know, they go off and state house then this year so because they go for go left letter to the president. So they rough them, then jaga them small. So we get Madam Femi Claudius Cole Naya and Dr. Dennis Bright. You know. So we get another tomorrow. Madam Femi Claudius Cole na the leader for the Unity Party and also na the interim chairperson for the All Progressive a consortium of progressive political parties. So now the interim chairperson. Then we get meeting with the Anti-Corruption Commissioner, Mr. Francis Ben Kaifala. We call them to a town hall meeting for go update them on their work on fighting corruption in Sierra Leone. So after that meeting, the Anti-Corruption Commissioner or the Anti-Corruption Commission issue a statement for tell people in the outcome of the meeting. But the consortium of political party representative, they say issue a press release. They say, wait till they go talk at the meeting, not to the Anti-Corruption Commission can't talk. So then say give their own statement. So they call it tomorrow for carry their own statement. Then hopefully after their own, we will give opportunity to anti-corruption commission as well. Sometimes they say we go on for carry report, on that thing there. So again for be interesting. So if anti-corruption commission go get meeting, then the one they go meeting can say the anti-corruption commission don't lie. For lying a corruption or not to corruption, Femi. Over to you.
You man, I mean you ain't problem, eh?
I don't have problem.
You know they tell big man say they lie.
Well, they say not so true. So there are two things. Either they say true not get on him, no so true. So either he talk to a lie, one of the two. Go ahead.
I know the answer you.
So tell me what what you want for say. We're not a round up yet, but we just give people them. But contributions.
No. It's as I say, this whole thing, it's kind of ridiculous. I think since Atiba been talk about responsibilities and when you then your job for no your job role. I mean, even we all every year something and they ask we for check with job roles them, because we job description might be different from the activities that they currently do. So imagine where they hire you, something they hire you on these terms, say you get for do this, and dandy. You get 10 points them. But something as the year they go so, they find out they take on more responsibilities and your job role they slightly change. Yeah. So come the end of the year, something they do your appraisal, you get for go see your manager, then they print your job role, then you make you look and you self-assess yourself. So me they say now this new role supposed to get a remit. Then supposed to provide this young lady with the responsibility the way they expect her for can do. Yeah. And at the end of the term, let's assume say she's in the position till the next 18 months, 20 months? Now
18 months.
18 months, yeah. Now that 10 days would they can look and begin appraise them and for say, you do this or do that. Is it sufficient time? Is it sufficient time? I mean, for a ministry will not exist at all. So you're starting afresh. So by the time we in foot go down soak, the time in office go down done.
Right.
And
that's a simple question.
If they win the election, yes, she might carry on. But that's not a big if at the moment. Because right now, the report card not look clean at all. And as T-Boy say, Nabila is possibly one of the highest scoring members. And for one reason or another, the one can bring the poor woman in name Kandong to certain levels. But honestly, I've been visiting a rapport because I want to make a statement to we people them where they, especially the one within the diaspora, where then they see wrong so they're not able to come.
Right.
Yeah,
not make the statement yet. Keep on.
We for land. No, we make a one thing. So that one go come. We for land for tell the truth as you say. T-Boy say when some of the ministers they don't come London, we don't chastise them. One in particular, we meet an Royal Regency. I go name the name. I'm not gonna name the minister. And I call her. I say, hey, Brana, so. I say before you go, we'll be in a hangar. We all been get all kind of hopes for salon. Una been a talk this, una they talk that, una they talk this, una they talk that. Now una don't reach. Waiting they happen. It make busy for me. It balance me go inside the crowd. But really and truly, we need to hold these people to account. We vote them into office, or the one that we na appointed roles then get. Still, now we will vote the people into office and then go give them the appointed roles in the. So really and truly, and now we money, the taxpayers' money, because the man go say, whose money for me they pay? I pay taxes in Sierra Leone. Because I get business, I get property, So I take my hard-earned money for pay for some of them ministers so they fly around the country and they do as they choose to do, forgetting say they should be accountable to me, you, and everybody in our salon because now we put them there. But as I said before, if we were in at the diaspora, we ought to know better. We see some of them people are so beat with schoolmates, them beat with party, them beat with family, and then they do wrong. And with the condone and with the laugh and with the say yes, bra, yes, bra, yes, ma, then we're part of the problem. We should be able to see these guys and tell them, say, me man, but you not try. We APC been in a power and a world minister don't talk say this not right. On a promise we different, they on account that they do the same thing or sometimes even worse. We for able to take them to town. But if we can't do that, we are part of the problem. So I'll go left us so for now.
Okay, I agree with you. Thank you so much.
The last word before I go, you know.
You're not going to go so now?
Yes, I think I left you. No, I think I left you. You may not say goodbye.
No,
anyway,
no, I changed my mind.
As I say, then say, so our ministries don't talk. Our president doesn't talk. It's such a shame. You know, we go look for making we get on our platform. You know, we go get all the time for can't tell we waiting and plan for this work we do so. Or any of in spokesman them. You know, it's good to talk to the press. But on the last note, before I go, if you're talking to the press, please, please, please be briefed in advance. Read your script. Not begin go talk and begin M. It's not good for our country. Some WhatsApp na very funny thing. It reached to some people that we know to Sierra Leone and then for they say, hey, Femi, look at your president. Oh.
So you talk about the CNN interview.
I'm not going to call name. I'm just saying, if you're going to public and you want to go talk, if you can't talk, they talk with lingua franca. With a broker, however it be. But if you do go on an international platform, please, please, please be briefed properly.
All right. Thank you so much, Femi. So, Mr. Jerry Brown, you said, Juma, before you start inquiring about the budget of this new ministry, first find out about its mandate or remits. So, Mr. Brown, that has been, the thrust of our question here. We don't ask them. We say confused. We don't know what's in this ministry get for do, except that the ministry name, Ministry of Western Region or Ministry for Western Region. We still don't know yet. So now the name we know, and we know say they don't appoint somebody where now Madam Nabila Tunis, and the position na cabinet rank position. So we don't know waiting that role, waiting at the role for that particular minister day and waiting the ministry is supposed for they do, who side and they cover, waiting them for do and waiting them not for do. We don't know who that's then get for work na the ministry. Now 100 people, now 500 people, where them form that new ministry day, you know. We don't know how much money then get for allocate to that ministry day. Who stand the ministry go form? It go don't form in we Femi talk, you know, luckily some of we self don't manage small work na proper institutions then. If they want for hire new staff or they want create job for one staff within, then don't do a year, some 2 years, some 3 years, some 5 years in advance. It don't be part of the organization in business plan because before you they create that, they affect a lot of things them positively or negatively. So you get for manage that change day. It's part of your change management. You know, you just can't create ministry. Now, other ministers, and therefore they begin to feel threatened. Say, oh, so now they can't pull work now me the minister of local government in Anna. So some of the money where they can't, so we una get for camp pull. And sometimes the deputy minister of local government get for the scared says and then they get for camp, kick and come out there, say you not get for be deputy again. So you don't begin create animosity. How you they manage all them things then the public and political affairs? Then go they afraid. Say, sometimes you want for can't get rid of we because you don't can create this new one. So you see, just within your own circle, because you're not clear on what the role is, of this ministry, they create a whole lot of problem where you not need, you will not be able to manage, you know, they benefit the country, both financially and otherwise. You're not able, no matter how you do, you know, you go left, you go right, not the same thing, you see. So, again, we come to the same thing, T-Boy. Where you they plan for do something, and no say you can don't know waiting you they aim for achieve, right?
Yeah.
Before you plan or announce something, you need to just grab no more announce. T-Boy. I'm stressed.
Okay, you did ask me a question or you just want for...
I want blow mine first. I want vent first.
Go on.
You don't say goodbye, you can vent this.
Because the thing they you know, and they feel am for Nabila just like what you see. You know, and they really feel am for him. I pray that they go make a wise decision, and sometimes the government, the president will decide for put somebody else. Let the ask who recommend that for put. So why make they not put Sandy there as Minister of Western Region? Because you know, say they already done they form other cities them. You know, Paupa region, Hollywood, Beverly Hills. If they don't begin the name, then you know, say we don't even assume. Dr. Sandy, now one of the first person, listen this is interesting. Now the first person will reverse a presidential order. The president give order say cleaning for happen from this term to this term. That was a presidential, how they call it, executive order. When Minister Sandy came, he said in they give ministerial order for overturn the presidency order. So now for me don't make us minister for Western area. I don't know why they don't make us. So now I go begin believe waiting Femi and other people say. Sometimes this just aim for suppress the mayor by bringing someone where Fritonians then get a soft spot for. Possibly not that. Over to you, T-Boy.
Well, like I say, this not a Fritonian business because we all born and bred in Friton, but me, I never seen that Fritonian card because I know say when I ready for Itag, you know, I'm a village at the go Sidon, Friton not to the migrate for Sidon. Regardless whether they are born and grow up, I feel say we get for try for move and change some of the narratives where they happen at Friton. Because if we just focus on bringing in all the structures and developments and occupy and make the population growth big and African, it means all the other provincial towns will not be relevant. So we therefore try as much as possible as we can for make sure that we shift some of them structures they also to the provincial towns. For example, you get places like Kenema, Bo, Kono, Kailaun, Pujong, Makeni, Putloko, Bombali, Moyamba. All these areas need enough population so that the growth of their income will be stable. But now for the fact say their income way they get in particular not stable, let me call man they want for Cam Freetown because if it's not Freetown are the only side they go for Cam and make 2 ton 3. So me on focus actually this Freetonian thing, yes, it become very okayish to now we come off Freetown we say now because of the one made and get some kind of soft touch for the minister we don't select for doing that particular ministry. But I don't think that should be just a reason for create a ministry. I don't think you can justify that as a reason to create a ministry. Like while they ask the question, because some of the NTRs what they take to task, so when they inform the past new provincial Northwest, is it?
Yes, Northwest.
We question why they form Northwest. Again, people let me ask questions. We ask questions. Why would they form Northwest? What's make they go break and form another province or another district? What's the essence? But when we actually go to the area and the region, you just see the reason why. Because they are so apart, so much apart. Now, 2 different cultural practices first in any other particular area, they will not match at all. It not much at all. And the significance for make you create that particular provincial town, it means development will go to that particular area there because now a separate section to the provincial town we've been there close to will not be the benefit nothing because they were not counted for nothing.
Right.
But when you don't make another provincial town, it means if it gets now in your structured budget for develop that area. Take it whether it's for politics or for not politics. But when you go to the area itself, you don't understand why they make this division. Now, like within our Southeast London also, they want to put a boundary between Elephant and Castle, Usai, made very close to proximity to Camberwell Green, when have the same proximity there between Camberwell Green to Peckham.
Right.
But guess what? The mayor of London realized, say, if he merge Elephant and Castle to Camberwell and he make a central zone of central London, he will make more money.
Exactly.
How he will make more money? It means driving into Elephant and Castle from Camberwell, you pay congestion charge.
Yeah.
Again, the one community don't protest, don't riot, don't strike, don't campaign, don't do all kinds of things for make that not happen. But the mayor can justify the reason why. And just within the period where they make that suggestion, they say they want for turn Elephant and Castle to Camberwell in the next couple of years to Central 1 and Zone 1 inside London. There has been massive development.
Right.
Massive infrastructural development, massive road development, massive entertainment and amenities that where the community will benefit from. When they be there, even though they think of self for green kind of Peckham. Because as far as they are concerned, these are degenerated communities. We don't need nothing for come inside the community for make it grow. But guess what? It has changed. Right. Now properties between Camberwell and Elephant and Castle has risen up. If you don't buy a property also £50,000 10, 15 years ago, now your property that take like a 3-4 figures now.
Right.
Because of the developments. So the reason why made them form that new provincial town, and when we actually go, when we see the amount of development we don't happen at that one day, it was necessary.
Right.
It was definitely necessary. Now all we are saying is, if the Freetown minister, they can totally support the work plan, or if they can work in collaboration with what's the issues of Freetown will need for be addressed, fine, no problem. As long as we have a clear mandate for say, this is what the ministry is going to be doing. The other day I talked to the Minister of Gender, and we will do a program for church. And I make mention say, well, although this ministry not directly linked to your ministry, this program, he said, no. Yes, it is directly linked to my ministry because now me and the minister where they cover religion and other issues that where they deal with this particular thing. So social welfare. I say, so I have the right to be here. I say, okay, sorry, Madam Minister, I think I got it wrong. Simple. The minister just don't justify in role. And what he is supposed to do as a minister for social welfare.
Right.
Religion is part of it. So now we are asking the question, what's in the role of the Minister for Western Region? That's all we are asking.
Yeah.
If the ministry can come and justify, in order for justify, may just can't tell you say, well, my role is to do A, B, C, D, 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 E, F, G, H. We might even help her to do what she wants to do. We might even help government for do that kind of thing the way they want to do. So because we work in general, so we raise money, we raise funds, we raise campaign the way they able for green camp development into Freetown. Only when we know the mandate of who is doing what and why. But otherwise, again, the World Bank does say they suggest for develop Freetown when are the mandate of developing cities, not to just Freetown or cities in West Africa.
Right.
It's not just Freetown, but they've identified certain amount of cities them inside West Africa where they want for develop. Again, they believe say if they make them cities and they well developed, then it means investment they come in. Somebody make mention at the chat group on the on YouTube. Say what he make them not for make Yile. Peter, what he make them not for make Yile the new capital city of Freetown? Because it is right bang in the middle of the country. Yes, of course they can. But it's Yile meant to be. It get the right infrastructure.
Exactly.
It get the right things that way for make them make to the capital city. What it mean for me then change the city? Nigeria do then change Lagos. Then turn the new city of Nigeria to Abuja. When you go Abuja, you go see the reason why. you go see the reason why. So basically, there is nothing wrong with changes. But we need to see the reason why these changes are yet to be.
They say you know they fix waiting up broke, firstly.
Well,
and if you want for make change for the better, you know they make change for change sake.
So let's look at the changes they hold the time for this and see how them changes have to go fit we as Sierra Leoneans. Because not of say some of we afraid change or who not afraid change. But let it change be meaningful to everybody, not to just 1 or 2 person for benefits.
Right.
Because if 1 or 2 person the benefit, then it's not a change.
But I mean, they take first to the internal structure, the government internal structure first. Now, the issue don't they for me because if we're not able for clearly, define. So when I get for the but I don't go to cabinet meeting on Wednesdays before I discuss certain things. When I get for Mr. President get for sit down first for 20 minutes, they try for settle arguments between whose minister supposed for do waiting, whose minister supposed for do what. The Terwe president supposed for the rest in the evening. You understand? Again, for they spend time for go listen because again for book appointments with time for go lay complain. Mr. President, now you create this ministry, you don't give me this work for do. Now this other minister, no, they allow me for do me work. If they interfere with the same thing, I send memo yanda. Instead of send the same memo, where I go there is send representative day. So you don't suicide the issue. We had a situation now. You see, people know they learn. People know they learn and then they take everything, they use the political lens for look at the things them. We had a situation wherein timber issue. Chief Minister office, when another new place where they been create. Chief Minister office, they say that they get right for issue monopoly license for timber where they need to lead way. Ministry of Trade issued license to other people where for do timber trade. The boss where the lead way go let complain and write letter to chief minister for say let them revoke the license the way they want them they give. So you see the internal politics and conflict the way they and then they only take away time for do meaningful work. If you don't have a seamless process, one-way streamline where everybody go understand, say they do this, they do that, then it becomes a problem. The rest of the world, they move forward because they work smart, not so hard. For God's sake. For God's sake. Why you they go create problem for yourself where God not give you problem? The way you get forced, you able to deal with it. We see how one great minister bring almost the whole country to disrepute the Minister of Lands at the time. People talk, pull this, pull that, they make us, so this might cause problem. You say now field marshal. It creates all kind of unnecessary problem. Say it make people become disgusted and say they're not even go salon again. Sierra Leoneans begin to afraid for their own country. Then now you go create problem, but now you want for go put somebody in a purpose where people feel say this one a decent person, he get head on his shoulder, she knows what she's doing, he get potential for fly the green, white, and blue. Don't I go put another compromise because something on a feel say na woman, so na woman to woman. You feel say that I may not feel say I don't know sometimes Femi the Nabila way sabi, but me not feel say you go put Nabila and Yvonne Akisoya on a platform for political reasons. Nabila try for go attack Yvonne. She will not do it. Even if una want for make a lady, I'm not trying character. This is not the character of that person that we know. Don't compromise her for God's sake. You can get one of the other guys. You can take Lima and a deputy minister in internal affairs. You can go make him put another position there if you want. If not confrontation you want for undermine. That woman said a word. He said, Boa Bise, we see this strong worded letter where the Minister of Local Government writes to the mayor, say the query. How can you say this is not all, part of the ploy? Anyway, Tiboy say last word then for today's program. Let we, call them at night and ready for tomorrow for the big one.
I want to extend all my thanks and appreciation to everybody within the online. I don't know whether not tomorrow they pray, but I think not Thursday.
Not Thursday, yeah.
Because you know, say we gotta go there every year. But anyway, congratulations to all those who don't fast, we don't maintain the fast. You not don't need to get one more day tomorrow. So nothing to say the fast don't do. Now so them the 12 fast now free to wait and say watch next time. All man they go down slant and before morning 10 comes, so man don't wrong before go pray. Once they wake up seats, they bring up no pray. You know go pray. Oh, me close, hey God. Now the only thing I agree with and stop. Because doing about that, people
they not stop, then change the time where they
change when they change the time, because doing about that, people in the keep fast stay within a lantern, no stay eve. With the keep fast will be lantern say 12 o'clock who come on and dance lantern, money 10 hour one for go play. So man don't late the street thinking dirty stadium they flop with the lantern them people in the go pay. It'd be very interesting. But I'm glad you didn't change that time in it, because it makes sense. So definitely I want to say thanks to all those who don't sit down impatiently watch me about Boku Talk. Oh, we Boku Talk about Boku Talk, it makes some sense, some thinking. Because we they learn and people they learn from what all the exchange. Because this is a platform to exchange ideas. We don't say anything where anybody can for say you're wrong or you're right. But let's have this kind of discussions every other day so that we're able to learn some of the things. Then we make mistakes, then we correct the mistakes them as we go along. We highlight issues, then we find solution. We know for say not all the solutions are workable solutions, but at some point in our life, they might be fit for that particular purpose. Maybe not now. So let me continue for be positive whilst we are chatting. Let's continue to be positive whilst we're engaging each other. And let's continue to be real. Politics is not what we are all about in Sierra Leone. People they hide behind this politics thing. Oh, it's political. There is nothing in your life that you will do that is not political. So let's stop using this word. It's political. Because even the great way to go buy in that shop, putting down you would, you get political reason why you go there, because it's geographically located very close to you. That's a political disadvantage, because them bring come close to you and it is far for the one they will not get access to them, because they are politically suffering for the fact that development like that is not in their own area. So look, we stop for the talk about this political.
Why make an upgrade? You make example.
You can upgrade and boss economy now. We don't talk about earlier on. So
today so tell now wrong new minister for Western Region. We bakery now Wellington they come. You know they said they can build one industrial bakery for Winner Wellington. You know, Thank you so much for making the great example. Thank you, Timothy. Continue.
You know, say we get full of money in our blood then, so we get for the mission of that and butter economy, and that's the key. But on a very serious note, we get for really be realistic with what they say, because there are times when we don't have all the expert ideas and knowledge, but we exchange them, and we pick up the good things, and we left the bad one then. For the one that we don't hang out with, when our party, when our friends, when our family members, that we don't take over governance, we do government jobs there at the moment, please deliver. You're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it for your ancestors then. You are representing not just the government of Sierra Leone or the political party we belong to, but you also represent your family line. Your family line means a lot. You are representing them. So please, serve. Don't serve yourself. When you serve your nation, your legacy remains. When you serve yourself, your name remains, not your legacy, because we will make example of you. It doesn't matter whether you know me, mama, papa, brother, sister, auntie, uncle, or paddy. For as long as you don't do wrong, and the wrong way to do it, it just affects me. It affects everybody else around me. I will not hesitate to highlight it. Few weeks ago, somebody called me what I really call with wrong name, and I call him and tell him, say, if you call your son next time, you know, use the real name, maybe they make palaver, because you know what you do. You have to live by the example. So anybody who has Sabi where they call, where they give fake names, I will call them and talk to them personally. Say, don't you do that again. Because in public, if you come and can't say something and you hide your image, it means you're not sure of yourself. You're not sure of what you're saying. You're hiding your image because your image means more than anything to you. You don't want to compromise it. So don't even bother try and come. Just stay where you are. Keep yourself in the hide, and then nobody will know about you. But for as long as you're hiding, that's the same way you should hide your opinion.
Right.
For as long as you're not coming out with your real self. That's the same way you should hide your real self and your opinion, because it means nothing, because we don't even know who is talking.
Right.
So let's keep sanity and maintain decorum and be respectful to each other. One thing I would say, the YouTube group, I know they say the Facebook group now, they do well, but we're doing extremely well in terms of the kind of communication the way they happen there and the people the way they engage in communication. Equally so as the Facebook. But Facebook sometimes they can go pinch someone and say, come over and they can talk yonder. And then I can always say, when you join the conversation, listen, pay attention. Wait until you get to certain points where you don't understand exactly what's in this discussion all about. Then you can get involved. Don't just jump on something where somebody don't say, come on, then if I talk yonder. Then you just come. You begin rant. Because we are very good at asking you questions that you will not be able to answer because you don't even know what we're talking about. That's one. And two, when we ask you questions now, you will not answer those questions because you're now thinking twice. So your whole persona, when you first came to the group, is high, and then it starts to sink. It gets to the point you just disengage and you leave. Let's not leave. Let us continue for engage and see exactly what thing we talk about. Sometimes we might be saying things that are not right. Question we, ask we, what do you know about this? What do you know about that? Who's had that information to come out? How will I get down here? How true is this? How true is that? Because now the same question we said they ask. So if you see you come, you meet with a talk, join the conversation, engage, listen. And then you can actually know exactly what's in at the end point. We are all here to learn. You will be very surprised for not say most of the discussions online is being watched. From bottom to top, from top to bottom. So we're not just here to slag people, we're not. I have so much respect for every individual that I come across. Regardless your nature, your structure, your looks, your anything, I respect you first. I don't disrespect you because I think I am doing this or you're doing that. No. So let's continue to engage and engage positively. We will say Eid Mubarak to all the Muslims that we don't fast, and we will say thank you to all those who don't give you sunakati, and we will wait for the prayers from the only one that will not go sunakati for good prayers. And to what are they will not fast, we just the kind of kaneke with sukuli. Why
you left for pull hint pan Femiso?
I think I'm not called Femi anymore. Because say doing Ramadan, I food the boku now. Now they get boku party the way they can't even.
You say I make Femi glad the way the lockdown done, they open up, so every day they stop by to you.
I say some of we Christian but I'm glad for Canada we us doing Ramadan because you know say Ramadan I ain't boku food they don't house. And you the Muslim but I need them for eat all. Right. See, they get boku Christian friends. Yeah, but on a very serious note, tomorrow we'll have another program here, and then Thursday we'll also get the health show back in place for another health show with titled Grief and how you deal with them. Sometimes it's not easy. We've all gone through that. And I believe that this platform don't suffer a lot of grief over the past couple of years or since COVID hit. So Thursday show is about grief on the health show. And there's another conference before grief when our dying matters. But tomorrow, we get the two silent giants. That's how they call it, the two silent giants. Where they can talk about the issue of corruption, we come out now anti-corruption. Yes. The issue of corruption, we come out now anti-corruption.
I like that.
I say no more.
All right. Over to you, Femi Palmer. You see, Femi forgets in special voice so he can prepare and they regulate the system.
Anytime they come online, the protocol can pass the voice and they can talk about.
People look at something against me. I don't know what's happening.
Something against you. Now because you talk say you and Nabila Tunis go college.
I'm jealous. How for do? So wow. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, who are joined me today. It's been a very interesting show. People don't make I don't laugh. Hey, I'm not telling you, people don't text me. They don't text me, say I'm not try. They don't threaten me on the phone for which I talk earlier. But as I say, Really and truly, we don't turn. We not a dog again. We don't begin rival the lion then at the ground. Where see lion they turn around, where dog the back. Must not say that dog they don't strong na ground.
Right.
And you know, it's how can I say this? I believe say this current administration something well. I don't believe. Something they mean well for we the Fritonians them. Something they mean well for Sierra Leone. But really and truly, when you begin bad tea, when bad tea, can you remember not to Sojuma?
Yes, of course.
No matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Today na the 11 also of May. 2 months ago, like Tibo Kilegi starts, mid-30 at the Guna starts. 2 months ago, mark 229 years. 2 months to the date, 11th of March. Mark 229.
11th of May?
Today, 11th of May. 2 months ago, 11th of March. Yeah. Mark 229 years of the existence of Freetown.
Right.
If you claim that you have Freetown in Sierra Leone at heart, why you want begin make them changes there so? I no remember, sometimes I might be wrong, but I no remember say them talk one message come up from above. We tell Freetonians they say today na una city in birthday. Remember I say Freetown not just small Freetown way there na the western side of Salono.
Right.
It is a historic place for people around the world.
Right.
We birthday come, they no honor. I feel bad. But you know, believe why I can't feel good little bit. Where Salon self birthday can they not do nothing. I know say really and truly.
So if they're not member for do well for the 60.
They don't member Freetown at all. I feel bad. I nearly cry na me heart. But what I see say Salon self birthday can they not do nothing. Now I say well really and truly. Then people say they don't mean well for we at all. So really I urge all the people they listen to we. Make we do waiting right. Let's ensure say 2025 we make sure say we cast we vote.
2025?
2023, sorry Jesus, I want extend the time.
You want some problem.
2023 we pen them to paper and vote how we want see Freetown and Saloon.
Yeah.
If we want vote green, and we believe say green go change the country and bring the new direction where they keep promising, then vote so. If you want vote red, do so, or any other color under the sun. But if you vote somebody in and they know they deliver, it is your responsibility to hold them responsible. Let we left for the cover them because then I will party them. Let we left for the cover them because we go school with them. Let left for the cover them because something I will fumble them. Let we left for cover them because until we they look for position. God they give we all waiting due to we all. Right now, retired Brigadier Maada Bio. God bless and say he go be president of Sierra Leone back. And there he is. So tomorrow, it must be your turn. All me they say is if you reach there and you not deliver, we go question you. And if you want short way up, plaba nodi. Other person go come up behind and can take up the mantle. But from now on till 2023, we'll not go relent. If we not begin do good, we go praise una. But if we not carry on this way, we not go, we go expose una each and every step of the way, no matter what. And all the way they text me, someone and they coax me, then say, una take time. Other man and they blast. Anyone, We there. We know what a side stone. We go non side.
All right. Thank you so much, Femi. Thank you, T-Boy, and thank you to all we guests and viewers, both on YouTube and on Facebook. And we appreciate all the love and support. We they get private calls. I mean, as much as we they get someone that we're not comfortable, but we they get a lot where they encourage you and appreciate, you know, the opportunity where they get people forget information, forget the education, and get some source, you know, at least then get the information, then able for make, you know, form a decision based on that. You know, we know they can't impose anything on anyone, but we just they provide the platform. So you are encouraged, whether you are serving government or not, don't feel hard done by if we say the bitter truth or we say something will make you uncomfortable. Come here and give the people of Sierra Leone an opportunity to hear your position. But if you don't want to come again, definitely don't try to, you know, suppress, oppress, or shut down the information what they give the people them, the alternative information. So tomorrow, like we say within also, we will come discuss about, we get with two guests them, Madam Femi Claudius Cole and Dr. Dennis Bright. And Dr. Dennis Bright, now somebody will know the system a little bit. He served as Minister of Youth in Sierra Leone. Somebody we are all high respect for because I seen handiwork in salon. I wish he was given more opportunities to deliver and he been served under an SLPP administration. If we get youth policy in a salon today, whether they work or not they work, thanks to him now under administration, we get that. If we had places like where they refer to as ghettos transformed into vocational centers, development centers for young people, thanks to Dr. Dennis Bright under administration. Me and you we know. We try to then call on side and say Firestone, Texas, this place. People they run, they not let them picking go near themselves. Debulol. But you have Dr. Dennis Bright under a regime as minister at the time, transform them place then they make them vocational centers become attractive. You the young person where they go to their rules. Then still they pull them double, then make them a place where people they go keep comping. The youth man then still go do their activities, but in a controlled area they were watched. You know, we don't say a lot of things. How they call the place? Firestone, they're not even bigger school.
To the extent that Firestone actually build the community around the ghetto, where they can begin take them picking away at the ghetto, picking and then create school for them. The ghetto, the people of me at the ghetto, we don't get work, then turn teacher. Now they don't get a whole institution there.
Inside Firestone, and that was the handiwork of Dr. Dennis Bright. I'm saying this before the show because the reason why they say that I want to let people understand. I can tell we say Sierra Leone political history not start April 4th, 2018. We have good people, but we just get forgiven the push and encourage. And that is why this platform, some of we they feel bad, we all three share the same sentiment, that somebody like Nabila Tunis where we feel say get potential. And more so, when Afritonians them and they put T-Boy commodity small, go feel bad for let them time and go put on some side where they compromise them against another Fritonian when are the mayor of Freetown. No. Una not they divide Freetown for we. It not they work. Pa. That one day not they work. We say no. If we create the ministry, we get the role, as long as in order for suppress the mayor of Freetown, whatever we want for do. Although we not think say it makes any sense for create a new ministry less than 2 years to elections, because even the funding partners, they want to therefore go bigger too. 6 months from now, then they stop for giving all funds, then they suspend all funds, and that is the reality. So if you tell me say I hate government, but that's the reality. Your government will not tell you that. No international institution will give your government money or do business with your government 1 year to elections. They will suspend everything until after elections. So these are all the things. If you want to say I'm lying, so be it. If they give them any money, something a money where they be done already, where the time is all ripe for let them give them for that quarter, they bought nothing new. You know, and tomorrow day between us, and also as T-Boy say on Thursday, we'll be here. Thank you so much. And for Una we not for join with tomorrow. When are Muslims there, we say Eid Mubarak in advance. And for we Christian brothers and sisters, we say thank you so much for the support on our support we you know, during the month of fasting. I want to give you an interesting joke, T-Boy and Femi, and it kills me because this is the Sierra Leone that we know. We coexist, we cohabit, we are tolerant, we do everything together. Somebody called me from Freetown this evening, close to say that they break fast. Ramadan, right? So there is May 11. What is May 11? When did I hear you?
May 11, not Mali night?
Yes, Mali night. Well, they live and coach fast. All the time, one love. One love, let's get. I say, but you remember, you say, but you forget saying Mali night. So you don't see the beauty about it. We don't care what it is, whether it's Christmas, it's Easter, but then they remember for breakfast, then the person, then they play the reggae music because then they prepare for Mali night. So you see how beautiful Sierra Leone is, how beautiful Freetown is. Why should we sit by and allow people to mess it up for us? We should not let that be. On that note, may our host Najuma Ba, on behalf of the Sierra Gem Media team, I say tata to all way they watch we, and stay blessed and stay positive wherever you are.
The total population of Sierra Leone in 2019 was stated approximately at 7.8 million. And the most common cancer reported in 2018 was breast cancer, with an incidence rate of 25.1% and a mortality rate of 19.2%. Ward 2 at the Connaught Hospital, Freetown, is a female surgical ward that cares for patients requiring breast surgery, chemotherapy, and palliative care. General surgery also admits to the ward as see fit. The ward is in need of a significant refurbishment and has a major impact on patient assessment and delivery of treatment, dignity, comfort, and infection control measures. The current ward area presents a significant challenge to infection control. There is no fit for purpose or adequate personal hygiene facilities. The showers and sanitary areas are in poor condition and are difficult to clean. The flooring is deteriorated. Overall deco and fabric of the walls need repair and full decoration. Furniture, cupboards, and shelving require replacement. The sluice, known to be the dirty utility room, is in poor condition and needs replacing. Windows need to be replaced as current windows bring in draughts, dust, debris, mosquitoes, and rodents. There is no designated area to provide a day service for patients receiving chemotherapy. Medical supplies is desperately needed. Therefore, we need a total amount of £15,000, which is equivalent to 195 million leones, for this project. This project will focus on women diagnosed with breast cancer and other non-malignant breast abnormalities requiring one or more of the treatment modalities that are currently available. We will also set up a day unit for the administration of chemotherapy and provide training and development to ensure sustainability. Therefore, I am pleading to all individuals, organizations, and local businesses, and every Sierra Leonean and friends of Sierra Leone to make a meaningful contribution that will never go in vain. Ways to contribute will be seen at the end of this clip. I am Aissata Sisejalo of the Health Show Partnership Program. Remember, your health is your wealth.
I was raped multiple times by my aunt's boyfriend when I was 6.
I was repeatedly raped at the age of 8 by a close family member.
I was raped at 19. I didn't speak openly about it because I was ashamed and afraid that people would judge me.
I was raped at age 5 by my caregiver's husband.
On June 17th, 2020, 5-year-old Khadija Sakho, a beautiful little girl from Freetown, Sierra Leone, was repeatedly raped and strangled to death, allegedly by her own cousin. Her death shocked the nation. But in truth, in this small West African country, 9 out of 10 girls experience some form of sexual violence in their lifetime. Think about that for a second. 9 out of 10. That's 90%. My name is Aisha Sase. I'm a journalist and activist. I'm joining forces with Idris Elba and other activists from across Sierra Leone to support the survivors of sexual violence with the Survivors Solidarity Fund. Please consider donating whatever you can afford. All monies raised will go to 4 local organizations currently providing free medical and legal services to survivors. 5-year-old Khadija lost her life to sexual violence. That same threat remains for millions of others. So this is also a call for you to use your voice, your power, to draw attention to an enduring culture of rape. Together, we must end it now. My name is Aisha Sase. I am Khadija Sakho.
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 We are Khadija Sakho.
We are all Khadija Sakho.
When I was young, a lot of things were different. Unfortunately, most of the differences seen now are heartbreaking and are not good at all.
Before now, men were strong protectors of the weak, fathers, brothers, lovers, sons. Their mere presence guaranteed the safety of women and children.
But what do we do now? Men harassing and raping women.
Men sexually abuse little girls.
Men battering and killing their wives.
Any form of sexual assault, be it rape, sexual abuse, or pedophilia, is a killer to human self-esteem.
Women should stop dying in silence. Speak now.
The rapist should be stigmatized, not the victim.
I think death sentence should be the consequence of such terrible act.
And you mothers, build confidence in your children, put trust in them, listen to them when they make reports, and take necessary actions.
Talking of mothers before now, women were virtuous.
They were mothers, daughters, and sisters.
Nurturing, counseling, supporting their men folks.
But now, women are trafficking female children for money. Women are forced to be silent.
All this must stop, and it must stop now.
Real men
Do not abuse, rape, or molest women and children.
It is barbaric, unacceptable.
Let all real men stand with us.
Together, let's say an emphatic no to rape, sexual abuse, pedophilia, and domestic violence.
Hello, my name is Josephine Kamara. I'm the founder of You Can Do It Foundation. You Can Do It Foundation is a charitable organization based in Sierra Leone, West Africa. You Can Do It Foundation has been in existence for the past 2 years. We have been fighting gender-based violence against women and girls within the community. During the past 2 years, we have been offering psychosocial support, counseling, court fee, medical fee, including school items to the survivors of gender-based violence. However, during the lockdown of COVID-19, report received and confirmed that rape cases among a minor has increased tremendously within our community. Because of this, You Can Do It Foundation has secured the land to build an accommodation for the survivors of rape. However, this may almost become impossible without your generous support. We need your help to build this home for the survivors. Your help could be in cash or in kind. If you wish to join us to make a difference in a child's life, please go to our website, which is www.youcandoitcyf.org, or you can go to our GoFundMe page, which is Home of Hope for the survivors of gender-based, or you can contact us with the details at the end of this video. We thank you greatly for your generous support, and thank you once more for making a difference in a child's life.
Silverstone Beats.
People killing, people dying, children hurt and hear them crying. You can practice what you preach, or would you turn the other cheek? Father, 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 help us, send some guidance from above. People got me questioning, where is the love?
See this life going evil, we all have to give, oh yeah, yeah. Cause all I see is evil, and too much killing of my people, yeah, yeah. So let's bless one another, yeah, yeah. So let's help one another. I sing again, yeah.
What's me, I don't see this kind of thing really happen. This not for be education opportunity. Now in we need, let we learn for the share, not to all time for big greed.
You see this life, the live, oh. You see where we lose or we know. Stop killing one another. Let's stand together, yeah. Stop playing the hero, looking at each other like we're zero. On the block with a C, money dip and make every day pan pre, yeah.
R.I.P. they took our boys, they take our joy, take our joy. This study time we stop now crime, don't blind by this life, your future.
Stop the stabbing, stop the killing. Let's love one another. Peace.
Where is the I see fighting every day, I see dying every day. Why don't we help each other and pave the way for a better life, a life that we all deserve? Instead of killing each other, why don't we preserve? So you wanna be a bad man, he's gonna be a badder man. You got a big knife, he's gonna get a bigger knife. Our people suffered for years in chains. Now we turn on each other, cut for gains. For the ones that send the youth to kill themselves, you pretend to be a father figure but only care for yourself. You are nothing but the flesh of the devil. You're evil, low life on another level. Think about the mothers and the pain they go through. You don't care for these kids, they mean nothing to you. But karma only knows the boomerang maneuver. One day the green reaper will be your remover.
This little deranged ranting of some sanctimonious food is as poetic verses, ruminate a prophecy given to a sentient dude. So I say it's as it is for you to listen and deduce the wisdom that's gonna liberate and galvanize you. Under the sun ain't nothing new, that for black on black crimes and breaking news. Under the sun ain't nothing new.
You gotta stand up. Stand up for what you believe in, gotta stand up. Stand up for what is right, cause if you got me, then
then I turn. God don't lift me up, on me hats, then I run. You will never go far if you don't know where you're from. So I don't do it for myself, I'ma do it for the young. Please tell my brothers, let's do it for the youngers. Why spend a bag on a jumper? Back where you're from, people dying with hunger. With people then they suffer. You then I argue, the bluff, it's copper. You're the game, need for change. Like we not get up. Where's the love? Where's the love, yo? Where's the love? I said,
where is the love? Little youth, let's take time. Stop all the knife and the gun crime. Think of the future, paint that picture. Get a youth in the future. Peace gonna rain on we. Peace gonna rain on we. Yeah.
Let's stop the violence and come together. Get rid of knives and guns and bombs, let's be together. Pray peace and love, golden hope through storm and weather. See what is going on. Where is love?
Tell me, how do you feel when you see your brothers and sisters lying down the street helplessly? And what will you do if you die today and find yourself in hell?
I want to ask you this. Look inside your eyes and answer me with all the truth. Where you get, whose side the love they?
When I left. Boku man them get nef. If you live by the nef, you go suffer. You know get sense, you know sabi say nef not for butter. Stabbing guys, yeah that's uncool. When it comes to knives, yeah I'm anti. What happened to fighting guys with your hands, G? When you stab a man, it's not one man you stab. Just remember that you stab a whole family.
People killing, people dying, children hurt and hear them crying. You can practice what you preach, or you will turn the other cheek. Father, 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 help us, send some guidance from above. People got me questioning, where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? The love, the love. Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? The love, the love.
Yes, this na term for all Salon people and them party them. Sierra Leone Media will be bringing you a variety of programs ranging from documentaries to discussions, interviews, news, views, sports and entertainment. Our programs will contain matters on development, governance, the economy and issues that are of importance.
Somebody